Hello, you're welcome. This is another session with a Fred effect. If you're watching us on any other platform, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, let us know if the voice is very clear. We are live on X. You can join us, and I'll be happy to be responding to any questions you have about your study abroad process, whether the application you are yet to start, you started, you've gotten somewhere, you are stuck, you've gone up all the way to the visa processes, you've gotten admission, no scholarship, you've also gotten a scholarship, how to go about the rest of the processes. So basically here to respond to any questions you might have about the process. Do me a favor by sharing so that another person can join in and benefit from the ideas and information we are sharing here. Thank you, Maureen, for letting me know. Let me know which country you're watching us from. And also, if you have a question, you can type it in the chat. You can put in the request. I would approve it so that you can join and ask your questions as well. So we're picking a lot of the questions from X, and later on, we go to the other social media platforms. You can also use the link to join me in the studio so that you can interact with me one on one here. So the Fred Effect platform is the biggest study abroad content platform. As an African, I have had opportunity to go through the process. And so what I do on these platforms is to share ideas and information on how you can also do it. The process might be quite challenging and sometimes confusing, so we provide clarity to it and also try and inspire you that it is possible, and notwithstanding your qualification, your background, or whatever you want to study, which country you want to get to. It's highly possible. People are doing it, and so can you. So if you have a question, you can put in the request. I'll be happy to approve it. Um, at the moment, it's a bit challenging those who have gotten admission and working on their visa processes, especially to the US. It's a bit challenging getting a closer date, but you shouldn't panic. All you need to do is to secure whatever date available, put in an emergency request. Once it's been approved, you get a better date. The study permit application for Canada has also experienced some changes. So make sure you abreast yourself with those information before you take a step. All right. So Wally, you just put in a request. Let's see if we can approve it, and you can go ahead with your question. So Wally, if you can kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead with your question, sir. Wally, let me know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I'm from Nigeria, actually. So I really want to thank you. I'm very grateful for setting up this platform. Okay, sir, I'm the one that asked question on the stream. What's the name again? On the last live session. So I'm here to get some clarity. So that's why I joined again this afternoon.
All right. And please,
Okay.
can you ask your question again?
Okay, sir. So the question is that I got to admission to Kent State University and Oklahoma State University. So I've been applying to some graduate assistantship, but the decision is not yet out. So because of the cumbersome process on how to get the visa date, can I go ahead and do the bank statement to collect my I-20 and start filling it? And after I do that, and maybe I'm going for my visa interview, peradventure I'm going for my visa interview, and after that I saw a graduate assistantship, or I was given a graduate assistantship, can I still use it? Is it still valid after the fact that I've done bank statement and others?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Congrats on your admission two separate admissions. That is great. So what happens is that once you secure the I-20, you can go ahead and work on the visa application process. When you secure a date and later on, just like you're saying, you get an assistantship, what you have to do is that you have to email the assistantship letter to the international office, and then they will now update the financial section of the I-20. Remember, this will not affect either your DS-160 or your appointment schedule. So all you need to do is to just let them update the I-20 to reflect your new, financial status in terms of the assistantship.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It's clear now. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Let's talk to Apollo. Apollo, can you please hear me? Apollo, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, please, I can hear
Hello.
you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good day, Mr. Fred. My name is Kosim. I'm from Nigeria. I'm actually a high school. I graduated from high school about 2 years ago. I had applied to some school and I've not gotten enough funding for the school. And I know being an undergraduate, I'll be applying for an undergraduate in the US is always very difficult, unlike the masters. So I'd like you to recommend some maybe sponsors or opportunities available for people to get scholarship to fund their education aside taking loans from Empower and other organizations.
Yeah, so good question. First of all, let's clear the doubt that it's not difficult. If something is difficult, it means that you don't know how to go about it. People have done it, and so you can also do it. All you need to do is to seek for the right information, and you'll be able to get it done. Have you applied to any school yet? Have you gained admission?
Yeah,
What is what?
I've applied to a lot of schools. I'm waiting for some to get back to me. And while I applied to schools, then I applied for their scholarship programs. So I got rejected from some. I got $15,000 per year from LSU, and still waiting for other schools to get back to me. But I mean, I've gotten
Okay.
rejected from almost
So
seven. So
for a rejection, it's absolutely fine. Definitely, you nobody gets admission to all the schools that they apply to. Rejection may come your way, which is absolutely fine. So the ones that you've gotten admission into, congratulations. So as an undergrad, what you have to understand is that most universities will give or colleges will give what we call a merit-based scholarship. Now, once you get the merit-based scholarship, you have an opportunity to apply for additional scholarship if the school allows for that. So there's something that we call the CSS profile. The CSS profile. So if your school qualifies for the CSS profile, you can ask them. They will send you the link. Then you would complete that profile. Now the CSS profile will talk about the financial status of your family. So if you are able to fill it out and then you qualify, then they will give you additional scholarship to that. So every college or university has what we call the financial aid office. Once you've gotten admission, you can reach out to the financial aid office, and they will let you know as an international student what are some of the scholarships that are available for you that you can take advantage of.
okay.
All right. Thank you for joining. So what we are going to do is that we're going to leave the Twitter space and then we'll be picking the questions live. I have shared the link, so you can use that StreamYard link to join me live. Make sure your Okay, so Kubia, you do have a very noisy background. Looks like you're in a vehicle. It'll be difficult to bring you on with your background. So if you could get like a quiet atmosphere, that would be great. So let's talk to let's see who is here. Julius, um and another person. Right. Okay. Angela, let me know if you can hear me.
I can hear you, please.
Yeah, Angela, you need to have your video on to be on. So let's talk to Nana Kwame. Nana Kwame, kindly unmute your microphone, and then you can go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Fred.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yes. Fred, I sent you a message on Instagram. I think it's in relation to my wife. She already has a master's in finance here in Ghana. But she has an interest in going for masters in social work in the US or Canada. So I wanted to find out which schools would you recommend, and probably the kind of documents you need to submit, so that quickly I'll gather them and get back to you, so then we start the process.
Do you have a pen and a paper?
Yes, please, I have.
Let's get going. So in terms of document, okay, it's not ready yet. So let's talk to Angela. Angela, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Fred.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Um, okay, so I just started with an application to University of North Alabama, but I just went through a few of your videos on YouTube. Then I started with the process. I don't know how I'm going to get a scholarship and all that. So wanted to know if I could join you any of your programs or any of your communities so that you can take me through the process.
All right. So are you opting for a master's degree or a bachelor's degree?
A master's degree.
Yeah, so I've had opportunity to assess a lot of people to University of North Alabama. They used to give an automatic scholarship, and I think I even made a video about it. So yes, I'll be happy to. So we do have the mentorship program, and we can also schedule a private 30 minutes conversation. Obviously, that wouldn't be the only university you should like limit yourself to. So what's your background?
I Bachelor of Business Administration.
Okay, great. So with business administration, the truth is that the University of North Alabama have a good business administration program. They have an automatic scholarship. It wouldn't cover everything. Now, to put yourself in a position, except maybe you can pay for it, which is absolutely fine. To put yourself in a position to get a good scholarship, this would be my suggestion. One, do not limit yourself to only business related fields. And I think
Okay.
I can answer your question together with Kwame. Kwame, I'll mute you and go ahead. So, um, the next thing is that if you want a full scholarship for a business related, you may consider writing a GRE or GMAT, which is not compulsory. If you don't want to write it, then you have to also opt for related programs. So you can opt for masters in economics. You can look at public policy. You can look at public administration. You can look at international studies. Those are related to your field. But to be able to get a full scholarship for a business related program, writing the GRE or GMAT will be super helpful. The third option I will give you is that there is something we call dual master's degree. And if you check a university like University of Utah, they have a dual master's degree program, which is a business related program. And so if you opt for a dual master's degree, then you can get a full scholarship even if you don't have the GRE or GMAT. So yeah,
Okay.
if you check on any of my platforms, I do have the link and it is even rolling on the screen, the seller link. If you click on it, we can schedule a private one-on-one conversation. We'll be happy to assist you um, with it.
I'm so sorry. My network was a bit down, so I didn't hear the last part.
Okay, Angela, I'm saying that if you want to schedule a private one-on-one conversation, the link is rolling on the screen. It's a seller link, and then we can have a private one-on-one conversation tilted towards your process alone. All right. So let's listen to Nana Kwame now. Nana Kwame, let's go on.
Yes, Fred. I was asking probably the kind of documents you, like
How
I said,
about me?
she has a master's in finance already, but she wants to do masters in social work in either US or Canada. So I wanted to know the kind of documents we should gather, and also the probably the schools that you think will be good for us to get a scholarship.
Okay. So Master of you said you have a bachelor's degree in finance, right?
No, she has a bachelor's degree in sociology and master's degree in finance.
Oh, okay. Sociology for bachelor's and then master's in finance.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So in terms of applying for another master's degree, is it a PhD or master's you're looking at?
Masters, yes, masters.
So in terms of applying for another master's degree, the major qualification that will be considered would be the bachelor's degree. So it's fit into what you want to apply to. So let's go through the documents.
Okay,
We are looking at a transcript.
okay,
You should get your certificate ready.
okay,
At least 3 letters of recommendation,
okay,
an English proficiency letter,
okay,
and then statement of purpose, a resume, and then obviously a passport. So these are the major documents. Depending on the school, they may request for additional documents, maybe a writing sample, which could be a research work that he did. So this will specifically depend on the school, right?
okay. So, and the letters of recommendation, should it just be from a current academic forum or from a professional forum?
That's a good question. So because you're applying for a school and not for a job, if possible, you get like maybe two of them academically, and then you can maybe get one professional recommendation. Another thing that would be needed in terms of the recommendation would be the institutional or professional email address of the recommenders.
Okay,
So what happens is that some universities will require that you put in the details of the recommender, but the normal Gmail or Yahoo Mail will not be preferable. Yeah. So you have to get the institutional or professional email address of the recommender. They will send a notification to the person, and then the individual would recommend online.
okay.
All right.
So, which schools do you recommend that we work with?
So we are coming to that.
Okay, sure.
Into that. So when it comes to these documents, you need to every step of the process is super important, including how you name your document, right? So the document should be named properly. So when you have a document scanned, you it can't be maybe document one. It has to be properly scanned, and then okay, Kwame is gone. Kwame, are you still there? Okay, let's talk to Danso. Kwame is gone. Danso, how are you doing?
Please, I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay. Please go ahead with your question, sir.
Please, I wanted to ask. I'm in the process of evaluating my transcripts. That's using the West Canada. But looking at most of the schools in Canada, they don't require West evaluation. So I want to ask, if a school doesn't require West evaluation, can you still use your evaluated transcript to seek for a potential supervisor and then go on to apply for a school?
So some schools, if they don't require the evaluation, they would only require that you use the original transcript from your university. So if they don't require it, then you have to use the original transcript that you the same thing you uploaded to West that you expected them to evaluate for you.
Okay, and again, can you use your West Canada transcript to apply to USA schools?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, no. So you see, when you go to the portal, they do have um, 3 different countries that is stated on the West website.
Yes.
So you have USA, you do have Canada, and then New Zealand as well. So whichever country you want to apply to, that is what you select in the portal. So it's not you wouldn't be able to use an evaluated transcript that you selected maybe Canada for to be able to apply to the US. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately. All right, so let's see if we can bring another person on. Thank you for joining. You are live with us here on the Fred Effect YouTube channel. We are live on Facebook as well. We are also live on X or Instagram. This is how you're going to join us. There's a link. There's a StreamYard link which I've posted on all the platforms. You can click on it. Make sure your background is very clear, and then you can join us and then ask your questions. My name is Frederick. I make videos on studying abroad and scholarship opportunities. Most of the content I share, especially on application fee waivers and scholarships, do have deadlines. So if you subscribe to the channel anytime I post a new video, you'll be the first person to be notified so that you don't miss these deadlines. If you want to study abroad, this is the biggest study abroad content platform. We have over 500,000 across all our platforms, huge on YouTube, huge on Facebook as well. If you do me a favor and that's how come you can support what we do. So if you click on the like button, it goes a long way to help. So if you are watching us on Facebook now, can you please click on the like button? If you're watching on YouTube, if you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe and click on the like. If you're watching us on X, if you retweet or share, it will go a long way to help. So please do that and support the platform. And you can also type your questions in the comments. I'll be picking them. Let me know which country you're watching me from and what's the time. It's currently 8:22 a.m. at my end. Let me know the time at your location. Okay, so we have Augustine joining us live. Augustine, kindly unmute your microphone. Go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon from Ghana. It's 12:22 from Ghana. Please, I have admission at University of Grand Valley State, but unfortunately, I didn't get funding. I've applied for a few scholarships, but I'm waiting for a response. Now, my dilemma is has to defer the program to next year, or maybe look fast for other opportunities. So I want to find out how I can go about that, and also maybe programs that I can apply for. I already have a master's in accounting and finance, and I have degree, that's a bachelor's degree in accounting. So I want to find other programs that going forward that I can apply.
So you said the admission you have now is into which university?
Grand Valley State University.
And that's master's in what?
Master's in accounting with specialization in auditing.
Okay, so what's the reason why you don't want to progress with that?
It's about the finances.
Okay, so you have the admission, right?
Yes, I have the admission.
Since you gained the admission, have you reached out to anybody?
I reached out to the international office and the graduate school office, and they said there was some scholarship that I can apply.
Okay.
By the time that I did, most of the scholarships were closed.
Oh, okay. So your admission is not for fall 2024.
It's for 2024.
Yeah, so you have to proceed with it, bro. So you have to talk to the director of the program. You see, which university did you have your master's in?
University of Ghana.
Okay, so in your department, even though there are lecturers over there, but there's somebody who is called the HOD or the head of department, right?
Yes.
So once you have received admission, that's what you do. And normally they will call it the director or maybe the coordinator of the program. If you visit that accounting website of the university, you will see the head of the department. Then what you do is that you send an email expressing gratitude for being considered for the admission in the first place. You have to sound very polite. And then you ask that, you've gotten admission, but admission letter did not state any financial support from the department in it. Will you automatically be considered for scholarship, or do you have to submit a separate application? Now, the office you reach out to, which is the international office, is responsible for international student issuing I-20. They are going to tell you to bring a bank statement and all that. So even if you are being awarded a scholarship from your department, they will not know until you send, a letter to them. So your department head is the one you're supposed to reach out to first. Based on what he says or the instructions he gives, maybe he can tell you that we will issue our scholarships, but it will come somewhere in April. Then you mean that the department will give you scholarship letter, which will be different from the admission letter you've received. So once you hold admission, don't throw it away yet to go and look for other ones. Work on this one. Of course, there are a lot of schools that are still admitting that you can apply to. If you look at University of Virginia, we have a public policy program. The application deadline is somewhere in April. They are waiving application fee. You have an accountant, public policy is related. You can apply to that program as well. So going forward, And I was telling somebody before you joined that when it comes to the business related programs, to be able to get scholarship, there are three things you need to do. Either write GRE or GMAT. Two, apply for a dual master's degree program. Or three, opt for another related program. You get it? So the fact that you have a master's in accounting or bachelor's in accounting does not necessarily mean you can only apply for accounting programs. No, you can switch to a different field. Those ones will give you scholarship. Once you get into the system, you can switch to whatever field you want to go into. I appreciate you for joining, sir. All right. So we'll pick another person. Let's see. If you want to request, please go ahead and request. I would be happy to approve you. We interact one-on-one. There's a way you can schedule a private one-on-one conversation with me. The link is rolling on the screen. Please subscribe. Click on the like button. That is the only way you can support what the Fred Effects platform does. All right. Kwesi, you're on. Please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm calling from Ghana, to be precise. My question is, I have an admission to University of North Alabama to pursue masters in exercise science.
Hmm?
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well. I'm listening to you, bro.
And then I was given 5,000 scholarship out of the 31,000 cost of attendance. Also, I'm being given my I-20 already, trying to work on the visa processes. But my issue is I reached out to them, one of the professors, and then she said they are going to give graduate assistantship later in March. So I don't know, but they are requesting me to pay a tuition deposit of 3,000 after my visa being approved. So I want to ask if, in case the graduate assistantship comes and then it covers all, let's say, tuition, am I still going to pay for that 3,000, or it's going to be waived? I don't know.
Okay. So what happens is that the exact question you're asking me could be drafted in an email format and sent to the admissions team of University of Alabama, and they'll be happy to give you a response. So for now, you have to focus on how, once you have an I-20, how do you get an interview date, and then work towards your visa interview. If as you prepare for the visa interview, the assistantship is given. What it means is that they will update the I-20 for you, and then they will send you an updated copy, which you're going to use for your interview. And of course, obviously, if the assistantship is going to cover everything, it means that the deposit will not be necessary. And I do have a WhatsApp platform for all the people that I've been able to access to through University of Alabama so far. I can, if you send me a message on Instagram, I can add you. Because are you saying something?
I was saying that it's not Alabama, not Alabama.
Yeah, University of North Alabama. I know. I made a video about it, so I know University of North Alabama. I have a lot of friends there. Don't worry. Yeah, so I know about it very well. So yeah, if you send me a private message, I can add you to their platform. They are on campus, and so they will be able to, and they are all Africans just like ourselves. So they will be able to help you specifically with some of the questions you might have directly relating to things on campus and all that. Any other questions?
I sent you a message on IG, I think last week after the
I
live
do my
session.
I do my best to catch up, bro. I do my
Okay.
best to catch up. All right, let's talk to John. John, please unmute your microphone and go ahead. John, can you please hear me? Okay, John is not ready. Let's talk to another person. So, Isahaku, Zakaria, can you please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir?
Yes. Good morning, Sir Fred.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Go
Please, you posted some universities in the US. Yeah, you posted some universities in the US late last 2023. and then I applied to them, Carolina University, and then Wayne State University. So Wayne State University has given me a temporary admission, but they're telling me that I should evaluate my transcript before they will give me the permanent admission and then my I-20. Now, my problem is that I am a professional teacher in Ghana, and then I got the admission in MBA. So I don't know if I evaluate then they gave me the institution that can evaluate my transcript for me. So when I checked, they said the amount is around $235, which is equivalent to a little over 20 million in Ghana. So I don't want to spend money to evaluate my transcripts, and then though they've not given me a scholarship, and then I applied to several scholarships in the school, different departments from your videos I watch, but they've not responded to me yet. So I want to see, maybe I'm a teacher and then I'm going to do business MBA. So can that help me? Yeah.
So first of all, congrats on the admission. What happens is that when you work on the evaluation, it's not only for one state, you can also use it to apply to other schools, right? And then it's all about communication. You can also let them understand, just like you're telling me, that maybe you do not have the financial strength to be able to evaluate the transcript. Can they, so there are a lot of ways to, I'm glad you asked this question. Very good question. So there are a lot of ways that you can get the evaluation waived off. So if you can talk to them and ask them that, what if you allow your school to send an original copy directly to them? So one of the reasons for the evaluation is to be able to authenticate that indeed Mr. Haku is the one that went to this school and got this program and stuff like that, right? And so ask them, if you ask your school to directly mail or email a copy of your transcript to them, can that be used in place of the evaluation? That is one. And in terms of scholarship, you should find out from your department head that, are there graduate assistantship that you'll be considered for? If yes, when should you expect the scholarship? That means that if they are going to give you a full scholarship and you are paying a certain amount to evaluate your transcript, it makes sense. Do you get it? Yeah. So if you are able to find out that, it would actually inspire you to either find some resources to be able to work on the evaluation. But I'll be very interested in you finding out if you can allow your school to directly send your transcript to them, and that will take care of the evaluation side.
Okay. Mr. Fred,
All
the
right.
reason is that I did HND in accounting, and then I made a top up. I watched your video, said due to that, they
Okay.
may not
So
understand.
yeah, yeah. So and it's the same way. It's good that they've given you conditional admission. What it means is
Okay.
that they just want to see if the diploma and the top up. As a Ghanaian, as an African, I know the diploma and the top up. You even have 5-year transcript, so it's even more than
Yes.
the 4-year bachelor's degree. But they want to make sure that it's equivalent to what they have, in the U.S. system. So just like I said, if you find out that there's going to be full scholarship, then of course it will be beneficial to do it. Also, if you can allow your schools to send the documents directly to them, they can simply write an explanatory letter explaining that this is the number of course credit hours you had in your diploma. This is the number of course credit hours you had in your top up. If you combine them, this will be the overall course credit. And the two CGPAs, you can use a website we call Scholaro to combine the two of them and now know the final CGPA if you combine the diploma and the top up. So if you're able to explain certain things to them, you may save yourself the money for the evaluation. I appreciate you for joining, sir. Let's talk to Temi. Temi, which part of Nigeria are you?
Thank you so much. I'm from Lagos. I really want to appreciate you, Mr. Alfred, for all you've been doing. I've been following you for some time now. Thank you so much. My question is just similar to that of Isaika. I have a HND degree in graphics design technology, and I also have a top-up degree, which is 3 years degree in communication. So I want to find out if it's possible for me to evaluate these two degrees. And given that they are two different fields, The HND is graphics design technology, and communication is a 3-year program. And also at the same time, for my HND, I graduated with lower credits. Why for my communications program, I graduated with the first class. So I was thinking, can I just use the 3-year degree, or should I combine it, making 5 years degree? So that's what I want to clarify. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a good question. So in terms of the study abroad process, you have to tailor it according to one, the resources you have, two, the time you have, and then tell me, I think you're freezing a little bit. Let me know if you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm saying that in terms of the study abroad process, you need to tailor it according to one, the resources you have, two, the documents you have, and the time you have at your disposal. So if you can afford the evaluation, best way, please get the evaluation done, and you can do the HND as well as the top up you had. And graphic design obviously related to communication. So what it means is that you're going to apply to a master's or a PhD, which is related to any of these two fields that you did, right? So that should be super easier for you.
All
If
right.
you
Thank you so much.
if you want to use a 3-year diploma to apply, there are advantages, there are disadvantages. The advantage is that you are saving money on evaluation. The disadvantage is that if somebody has a 4-year transcript, they will pick the person over you. The competition, you
Okay.
can't compete with such an individual. Yeah. So if you combine the two of them, then it gives you an upper hand.
All
All right.
right. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
Tell me before you go, how do you tell somebody to subscribe? Oh, tell me it's gone. All right. Lydia, go ahead.
Hi, Fred. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lydia. Please go
I'm
ahead.
I'm from Ghana. Please, I have a question. I have gained an admission at Missouri SNT. I already have an HND, so I applied as a transfer student, and then they gave me 15,000 US dollar scholarship. I was able to give them what's it called, a statement to get my I-20. Now I've been able to secure a date for my visa interview, but I've applied for other scholarships and they haven't gotten back to me. I wanted to ask if maybe I can apply for a loan so I can take that to the intern that I have. Then after I apply for the loan.
Okay, so Lydia, I was losing it at some point, but you were asking if you could apply for a loan. Yes. So there are a lot of loan companies, Empower. If you watch the video I made about, how you can get, other funds to support your education, I did a whole video about that. I explained a lot of ways you can get other financial support. So the loan is also another option. If you get the loan approved, then you can, email Missouri back and then tell them that now this is the new way you want to support your education. And so they will update your I-20 for you. I know, I mean, I've been assisting a lot of people to Missouri, so I know they will write just family funds on the I-20. I know about that. And I do have a WhatsApp page for all the people I've assisted to Missouri. Most of them are also working on their process. If you send me a message on Instagram, I'll add you to that page, and especially you can interact with the people on campus. So yeah,
Okay.
it's possible. So what date do you have for your interview at the moment? What date do you have for your interview?
23rd July. 23rd July.
Okay. So you put in emergency request?
Okay. No.
Oh, okay. It was then you got that date early. Which country? Is it in
Yeah,
Ghana?
yes, in Ghana. I booked in December. I got
Oh,
at
okay.
first I got 7th August and then I rescheduled and they gave me
Oh,
23rd.
okay. All right. I wish you all the best, Lydia. Let's talk to Maureen. Maureen, please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Thank you so much for such an opportunity. And this is Marine from Uganda. I hold a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, and I would like to pursue my master's in chemical engineering or any other related program. However, I didn't perform well at bachelor's. I got second lower, that is below 3.0. So I would like you to help me recommend any university, especially in Canada, that would take up people like me that have low grades. Thank you.
All right. So with your background, it's super easy to get admission and scholarship. So we have to first work on your document. So the document you've been able to put together, very important. I went through that list with the first person I spoke to, so you can check out as similar document. The second thing is what is the exact CGPA? Maureen, you can unmute yourself.
I have 2.81.
Okay, 2.81 is not bad. There's a couple of things you can do to boost it up. So the first one is if you want to go through evaluation, the transcript evaluation may shoot your CGPA from 2.8 to maybe 3.0. The second thing is that you need to put extra effort in the other document. So recommendation letters, the statement of purpose, and other documents that you'll be putting together. The lady I just spoke to, she spoke about a school called Missouri S&T. It's really a science related program. So it's easy for you to get your program over there as well. If you look at University of Saskatchewan, it's in Canada. You can also look at University of Guelph, it's also in Canada. Maureen, what other language do you speak? You said you're joining me from which country? Uganda?
I come from Uganda, so I speak English and my local language.
Which
Luganda.
local language do you speak?
Luganda.
Yeah. Can you speak to people in Luganda telling them to subscribe to the Fred Effect?
Mbaniriza mwenna abali ku Fred Effect, yenze Nanteza Maureen, mbadde nga ndaba programs za Fred Effect, nnungi, zizimba, ziyigiriza omuntu yenna ali mu Uganda ayagadde kusoma mu nsi endala zonna, mbadde mbasaba mu subscribinge, alina programs ennungi, temusubwa.
Thank you, Maureen. Nice. Anyway, Kay, how you doing? Please unmute your microphone.
I'm doing well, Fred. You're doing a very, very great job. This is very, very great. Good job, bro.
Thank you.
So,
I appreciate
my question is that I live in the United States, but I try to help family back home to also come to school here. But I have two dates. I have a date in Mozambique next week. I have a date in Mozambique and a date in South Africa for my family member. But I wanted to know which place has like a higher chance of them getting the visa because I'm kind of confused. Either I make them go to Durban or they go to Maputo. But I think
that.
since you guys been doing this a lot, you should have an idea on where
It
I
will
can
be
get a bigger
difficult.
success rate.
It will be difficult. So the
Yeah.
challenge is that there is no data out there
Mm-hmm.
saying that the success rate of this country is like this or like that. But the most important thing is that they should prepare their story very well. Whichever country, the most
Mm-hmm.
important thing is, they being able to get a good story, get their DS 160 reviewed by somebody who has done
Mm-hmm.
this for some time, make all the necessary corrections. And also, if they could join a mock interview session to prepare very well so that they know their stories and be able to rehearse, that would be okay. I feel like any of these two countries that they go, they should be fine.
Okay. So can I let them join the mock through your thing? I
Yeah,
think I saw the links down here.
yeah, so if they send me a private message on Instagram, I would send them a WhatsApp link, which would lead them to join the WhatsApp platform. We meet every day, 4 a.m. Ghana time. So we
Okay.
just, a lot of people who are also applying for student visa ask questions. How do they respond to them and all that? So it's just a WhatsApp page where we meet for mock interview preparation.
Okay. So that means that the location doesn't really matter. What matters is you and how you're gonna present yourself, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they are honestly, a lot of people think that going to Ghana is challenging, but that's where
That's
all
what
of
I
us
thought.
went. That's all of us went, and
Me too. That's why I went. I got my visa from Ghana. Yeah.
so it doesn't make any difference. They should just prepare very well, and they'll
Yeah.
be fine.
I think the reason why I wanted the Maputo more was that over there, after your interview, you get your visa in 2 days, as compared to South Africa that you have to stay there for a week. And I was thinking about hotel cost and other things. That's why. But
Yeah, even in Ghana, it also takes 2 days after you've gotten the visa.
yeah,
So yeah.
okay. I'm gonna definitely get back to you and let them do the mock interview with you. Since it's next week, maybe sometime this week, we'll
Okay.
sign up and take care of that. Thank you so much, bro.
You're welcome, sir. Ben, please unmute your microphone and go ahead with your question, sir. You muted again. Okay. Ben, I cannot unmute you because you muted yourself. Kindly unmute your microphone and you can go ahead, sir.
Oh, can you hear me now?
This is better. Please go ahead.
Please, actually, I want to give you an update. I have submitted for a past statement to the school Eastern Illinois University, but I want to try to get the story right because actually right now I'm a government worker in my country Nigeria.
Mhm.
So I'm also into business.
Okay.
So the bank statement is from a business side. I'm not using my salary bank statement. I
Mhm.
didn't submit that. So I just want to ask you maybe it won't affect the situation of doing my visa interview.
Oh, no, that's not a problem at all. The most important thing is that the embassy has actually, your university has accepted your bank statement and issued your I-20. So what you have to do is to try and have a good story to tell. Be confident in yourself when, preparing for the visa interview. If you have a date scheduled, I'll be happy to have you on the WhatsApp group so that we help you craft your story and all that. So that wouldn't be a problem. Remember that the embassy do not necessarily have clear cut instructions on how your statement should look like. It's your school. So once your school has accepted your bank statement and they've issued the I-20, the most important thing is that you should have a little bit money above the exact amount the school took. So for example, if the school was asking for, let's say, $10,000, you should have the bank statement should contain something a little bit above it so that you'll be able to have a good story to tell whoever is sponsoring you. Whether it's a company, the company will still have finances to depend on even after they sponsor you and all that. So that shouldn't be a problem at all. All right, let's talk to Osei Emmanuel. Osei, how you doing, sir?
Please, I'm doing good, and you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Go ahead with your question, bro.
Okay, please, I'm having a Bachelor of Education, which is degree in basic.
Mm.
Mhm. But then I'm having a final GPA of 2.6.
Okay.
But you see, most of the schools they don't accept when trying to apply the minimum GPA that um, the minimum GPA that they want you to use to apply is 3.0. So, but
Okay.
then I want to ask if I can get a school that I can use the 2.6 GPA to apply, um, or I have to do the worst evaluation in order to boost the GPA to in order to get the um, in order to get the admission or in order to use it to apply.
So that's a good question you ask. I made a video specifically, it's about 20 minutes video explaining the various strategies you can use if your CGPA is below 3.0 to apply to any university. So one of the suggestions I made is what you spoke about, the West evaluation. But if your finances will not, be able to support that, I explain a lot of other options. So I would recommend that you check out that video. Now, the good thing is that in that same video, I mentioned over 25 universities that clearly state on their website that they accept a CGPA below 3.0. So one of the strategies I gave was to also focus on other, documents. Your CGP and for that matter, your transcript is only one component of the application process. And of course, if you're a human being and you have one finger cut off, it doesn't make you less of a human being. So if you focus on the other application document, 3 letters of recommendation, your statement of purpose, sometimes you can even explain the reason why you got the low CGPA. It could be sickness, anything like that, right? And that your CGPA does not actually define you. You may have a strong CV, which could also help. And another thing is that there are some schools, and there is a brother who joined us. He said he applied to Grand Valley State University, they can give you something we call conditional admission. What it means is that they will give you admission, all right, but you have to prove yourself when you finally get to the school in the first semester. So please check out that video. I gave a lot of insightful information. I also mentioned some schools that require that say that they can, accept low CGPA, which you can apply to. Tell me, you're back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm back. I think I missed out on something you were trying to say to me before.
Just I was asking, like, which other language do you speak apart from English?
Oh, just English and Yoruba.
Okay, so tell somebody in Yoruba to subscribe to the Fed Effect.
All right, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń wò wá nílé and everywhere around, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ subscribe sí the Fred Effect. The Fred Effect ó ń ṣe ohun dáadáa nípa tí ká wọ ká study ní ìlú òyìnbó, so it will be a good one for you to for you to join. Sorry, I'm bad in speaking Yoruba, but I think I've said a little thing there. All right, and I want to find out how can I join your mentorship class? I really need a
So
community that can help me in this process.
yeah, if you check on any of my social media platforms, I have the link there. It's SELAR dot co/4GIW. That's how you can join. Tell me, thank you for joining again. Let's talk to another person. So if you are just joining us, welcome. You've not lost much. Remember, this session will also be live. You can watch it at any point in time on the Fred Effect platform. So on YouTube, it will be under the live section. You can also watch it live on Facebook as well. We're actually live on TikTok too, and also live on X and Instagram. So this is the biggest study abroad content platform. What we are doing is to share ideas on how you can also go about the process. It might seem confusing, but people are doing it. People have done it. I'm glad when people join me and they tell me that they've received admission. What it means is that if you are yet to apply, understand that people are getting admissions. Some of us have been able to do it, and so you can also do it. All you need to do is that if people have already walked the path that you want to go, you don't have to struggle to do it, because you just simply have to ask people how they did it, and then you'll be able to find your way out. Let's talk to Alexander. Alexander, you're on. Welcome on board.
Good morning.
Go ahead with your question, sir.
Please, my question is, can I change my name and use it to apply for admission in abroad?
So the name change should reflect on your passport. So the passport document is very important. So even if your academic transcript and certificate have different names, your passport should relate with the other documents you're going to, especially for the visa interview, right? So if you have a change of name, just have an affidavit sworn, and then the most important thing is that that new name should reflect on your passport, and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's talk to another person. Let's see who is here. Captain Roy. Captain, please go ahead. We can hear you now.
Yes, please. Good afternoon. I'm talking to you from Ghana. Thank you for the good
Okay.
work that you are doing for the people of the youth of Africa. Yeah, I applied to University of Manitoba, but unfortunately I got rejected into the graduate school, architecture, masters in architecture. My field is in Bachelor of Construction Technology. Yes. But during my application, there wasn't any, like, you do for a supervisor before applying it. You apply it, and that is all. But I got rejected. But I want to ask whether I can contact the graduate supervisor, no, the graduate coordinator, to know the reason why I was rejected or I got refused.
Yeah. Obviously, and especially because you paid an application fee, you have every right to do that. And I think that if you ask, they may be able to give you some tips and just that could help you in your next application, so that even if you made some mistakes, or the reason why they denied your admission is very clear, it means that going forward, if you're applying to the same school or other schools, you can make those necessary corrections before you apply. So yeah, I agree with you. You should ask, maybe, and you have to be very polite about it as well. That's super important.
Okay. So
All right.
what channel should I use then who should I
Email.
contact? Is it a graduate coordinator or who? Like, who should
Email
I
the director of the
contact?
program. Yeah, you should use an
Okay,
email, or better still, the admission notice that you received, the denial letter that you
okay.
received. It was signed by
Mhm.
someone, and then you can pick the email
Yes.
address of the person, and then you can email or respond to the if they sent the admission via email, then you can
Okay.
respond to that email and ask that. Let's talk to Usman Mene. Usman, are you in Gambia? Usman, unmute your microphone, sir. Oh, quite unfortunate. Usman is not able to. So let's talk to Martin. Martin, how you doing, sir? Oh, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Martin, go ahead.
Also, okay. I'm doing good, and God bless you for the good work you are doing. Please, I applied to one school at the state, Missouri SMT, and I had an admission, and I was told to submit the official transcript. That is, it should be submitted by the school. And my case is, our school is a Ministry of Health school, and then it is affiliated to KNUST. So we write a KNUST affiliate exam. So when I was applying, I applied with that one, and then my certificate that was I first did certificate at Kentampo College of Health before I went to do a top up diploma. So I applied with the Kentampo and then with the KNUST this one transcript. But I went to the school for them to submit it. They are saying that it is my school I attend, which is Nalirugu College of Health, that is supposed to submit the transcript. But meanwhile, the certificate is bearing the name of KNUST. So I'm confused. I don't know how to go about this. But I've got they sent me an admission decision which they've accepted my giving me an admission, and I'm told to pay the enrollment fee and the rest. So I'm
Okay.
confused about this transcript.
Okay. So is it a transfer? Is it undergrad or master's?
Undergrad transfer.
Okay, so that means that the enrollment deposit is $75. You got automatic $15,000. I know about that school very well. So for now, what happens is that you can go ahead and pay the enrollment deposit, get a financial statement to them, and start the visa processes. The reason why I'm saying that is that you can do all that without having to worry about sending them the transcript. Now, if you finally get your visa, when you're coming to the state, you get a sealed copy of these documents and you can bring it to the school before you enroll. So for now, it's not like an urgent thing that you need to do now. It's part of the list of things like you see as if you've not paid the enrollment deposit, it will be marked over there to pay.
Yeah.
They will even be talking about some mass tests and all that.
I've
The,
done those tests.
the point is that you don't have to worry yourself about all those things. You can go ahead and get your I-20 and start the visa processes, right? Once you get your
Okay.
visa, you can complete those things later on.
God bless you.
All right, so I do have a WhatsApp. Okay, Martin is gone. Let's talk to Mr. Raf. Raf, please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir. Mr. Raf, can you please unmute your microphone?
Okay, Fred, good afternoon here in Ghana. I know it's morning there.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I've done that. Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you very well.
Please, can you hear me?
Very well,
Okay,
sir.
thank
Please go
you.
ahead.
So, Fred, yeah, I've followed you for some time now. In fact, you shared two universities last year, Grand Valley University State and then University of Michigan Flint. I have gotten admission to both universities, but they both come without funding. Now, I wrote my employers that I want to take the opportunity and come for their studies, and they are giving me approval to pay for my my tuition whilst I'm coming. Now, my question is that a couple of days ago, I had an email from Flint that they have given me a scholarship of $12,000.
Yeah.
So now I'm torn between the two. Would you advise me that I should go ahead at Grand Valley? In fact, that is where I really want to go, or I should drop that one and then go for the Flint one.
Okay, so that's a good question. Interestingly, all of them are in Michigan. So
Yes.
what happens is that you have to get the I-20 for both schools.
Yeah, I have both I-20 for both schools.
No problem. Now, you are not making a decision which one to go to. the decision you should make right now is which one could easily get you the visa approved, not which
Exactly. Yeah.
one you're going to. So
Yeah.
remember that at the end of the day, when you get in, you can decide to go to any of them, so far as you've
Okay.
got the admission and then you have the I-20. So the
Okay.
decision now is which one can easily get you the I-20. And if I am able to have a look at it, your I-20, both I-20s, I can make some suggestions on how best, but you are the best person to decide, okay, do you think that based on the funding, based on the program, based on the caliber of the school, this one will get you the visa? Or, so what I mean is that you can go
Yeah.
to the
So
visa interview with I-20A. Now, when you get into the system, there's something we call service transfer. You can transfer from the other school and go to the other school. So please,
okay.
that's how you're supposed to go about it. All right, Gardner, please go ahead with your question, sir. Unmute your microphone, Gardner. Okay. Gardner, can you please unmute your microphone? Go ahead, I can hear
Okay,
you.
okay. Thank you very much, Fred. I really appreciate everything you have been doing, and may God bless you in that direction. Um, I'm from Liberia. I got my bachelor in education with a 3.0 GPA, and I'm actually looking forward to doing my master's, and probably maybe the team could help me in that process if it's possible. I texted you on Instagram the last time. On my email, you replied to the email, but I had an issue with the loss of my father, and then I replied to you on Instagram. But since then, I've not heard from you yet.
All right, so what exactly is your question, Gardner?
Is I want to do my masters, and I want your team to actually help in that process as it relates to scholarship and other things.
Okay, so what qualifications do you have? What's your bachelor's degree in?
It's in education with a 3.0 GPA.
Then it's not a problem. The most important thing is gather your documents. What documents have you been able to put together so far?
At a point in time, I got my degree. I got my transcript.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are the ones I
Okay.
got. I got passport, updated one. Yeah.
You need more than that. So you, apart from your transcript, your certificate, and then your passport, you need 3 letters of recommendation. You need an English proficiency letter. You need a CV. You need a resume as well, a resume or a CV. It's the same thing. And then you write an SOP. And because you have a background in education, you can apply to other related programs. So you can have higher education, educational administration, curriculum and instruction, even childhood education. So there are a lot of branches in terms of education that you can look at. So get these documents together. If you want to link up with our team, if you go to any of our social media platform, we have the link there. You can join and then we have a conversation.
recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce
languages, and in total, the number of visas that we've adjudicated is over.
What was the mistake I made that got my visa denied?
Biggest mistake that applicants make when they go into a visa interview is they give short answers. When you go to the interview, I want you to imagine that you're not speaking to a judge. Imagine that you're speaking to a colleague.
Getting your visa approved is the most important stage of the entire study abroad process. With a visa denial, the effort you put into getting an admission, a scholarship, may all be fruitless. On this platform, I have interacted with a lot of individuals who have shared their visa acquisition experience with us. But how about hearing from the visa officers themselves who actually issues the visa? To let you know the secrets behind a visa approval and or a denial. What can you do to get your visa application approved? What should you avoid? In this interview, I am interacting with a former visa officer who works with Argo Visa to share all the secrets. My name is Fred. Thank you for subscribing. This is the Fred Effect. Let's get started. To give you an exclusive insight into a visa officer's mind and how they go about approving your visa. You don't want to miss any aspect of this interview. So I will let you introduce yourself quickly, and then we get to the questions.
Sure. It's good to be here, Frederick. Thanks for having us. We're happy to collaborate with you and to be able to speak to your audience. I'm Ben. I used to be a visa officer myself. I did that for the U.S. government and embassies and consulates around the world for many years. I did over 60,000 visa interviews in total, sitting there at the window, making the decisions on every type of visa that you can imagine. Tourist visas, student visas, marriage visas, diversity lottery visas, everything that is out there, I've done that. And it's not only me at the Argo team. At Argo, we've got over 20 officers who have worked in 35 different countries, speak 14 different languages, and in total, the number of visas that we've adjudicated is over 1 million. So we're bringing real expertise to visa applicants. We're the only team in the world that's able to do this, to bring this much expertise, where you can actually get real insider knowledge from a former visa officer about what actually goes into the decision, why a visa is approved, why a visa is denied. So, I left the government a few years ago, and I've been helping people pass their visa interviews since then, because while I was on the inside, I saw that there were people who were getting their visas denied unnecessarily for two main reasons. One, because maybe the officer just didn't understand the situation, didn't speak the local language, didn't know enough about the local country. And you as an applicant can actually help that. You can educate them a little bit when needed. And the other reason was because applicants would be poorly prepared, sometimes underprepared or sometimes badly prepared by someone who doesn't really know what someone should do in a visa interview. And I saw applicants that would come into the interview and do odd things, say odd things, behave in weird, unnatural ways because they'd been told this is the way you have to act to get your visa issued. That's not necessary. And there are ways to get the visa issued which involve telling the truth in a direct and pointed way to get your point across, to get your story across, to give the visa officer that confidence to issue the visa. So that's why I came out. That's why all of the Argo team came out of the government. And now we help people like you get your visa issued.
Awesome. So you would want to subscribe to the channel, because after this, I'm going to give you a code that will give you a 10% off if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with Ben and the Argo Visa team. So please subscribe to the channel, and you get a code because you have subscribed to the TFV YouTube channel to get a 10% off when you book a consultation with Argo Visa team, and you get to speak to Ben one-on-one. So Ben, let's get going. So the number one question everybody asks is, what was the mistake I made that got my visa denied? So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what is the number one visa mistakes that applicants usually make?
Well, that's a good question. The biggest mistake that applicants make when they go into a visa interview is they give short answers, short and also uninforming answers. So people come into the interview, and I think what's going on, because I've had a lot of experience and I've gone through and I've seen everything that the people who are online giving advice say, the piece of information that's out there that's the least accurate and actually the most harmful is that you should just say as little as possible, right? They say, what are you going to do in the US? And then you respond with, study. Okay, well, how are you going to pay for it?
Okay.
Myself. These answers don't help you, they actually hurt you. And the reason is because what most people may assume, and it's an incorrect assumption, is that the visa officers start up here at approval. Like if you don't make any mistakes, your visa will be approved. And it's only if you make a mistake, then you drop to a refusal. But that's not the case. In the regulations, in the law, it's actually surprising. I was surprised when I learned this when I first became a visa officer and went through the training. Visa applicants are considered guilty until they can prove themselves innocent. Guilty of what? Not necessarily a crime, but guilty of not being a qualified applicant. And it's only when the applicant proves that they are qualified that then the visa officer will issue the visa. So being reticent, being quiet, not wanting to give much information actually hurts you because you stay down here. You never get up here where the visa officer will be confident they can issue the visa. So you've got to give answers that contain information because the visa officer has to feel like they understand your situation before they're going to feel confident enough to click that issue button.
So are there a limited number of questions a visa officer is restricted to ask?
No. The questions that the visa officers ask, well, they can ask anything they want, right? The most common question, though, will be, what's your purpose of travel to the US? Definitely for a B visa, what's your purpose of travel? If you're a student, you can assume that they're going to ask you, okay, where are you going to study? What are you going to study? Something like that. But after that, there's no guarantee that they're going to ask anything. There's no guarantee they're going to ask about your funding, about why you chose this school, about, for instance, did you apply to any other schools? There's no guarantee that they're going to ask any of these. Why do they ask these questions then? Why do they ask, have you applied to any other schools? It's not because you have to apply to other schools, right? It's because they want to hear you talk. They want to hear you tell them your story. They want to know that you're a real student. And what do real students do? Well, they have a student journey, right? A real student is studying hard and thinking about where they want to go to school, right? And why have they chosen these places? Well, it could be because the academics are great. Maybe you got a scholarship. Maybe you went to an academic fair and this school impressed you. Maybe this school was the most responsive and recruited you. Maybe you went to an educational consultant who recommended a few schools and you applied to this one. Maybe you've got a cousin who went to that school. Maybe you've always just wanted to go to Los Angeles, and so you looked at the schools in Los Angeles. There can be any reason, but the visa officer wants to feel like you're a real student. If you just say the school has a beautiful campus of 20 acres and they have a student faculty ratio of 14:1, that's not the reason people choose schools. That you went to the school's website or a Wikipedia article and just memorized 2 sentences. That doesn't make the visa officer confident that you're a real student. So you have to be real. It's the secret, and I know it sounds simple. It's just the concept that you're having a conversation with the visa officer.
Awesome. So from the African perspective, and me coming from Ghana as an African, when we talk to elderly people or people in higher offices, making an eye contact is not one of them. Now, how important is eye contact in the F1 visa interview, or generally a visa interview approval?
Well, these are Americans that you're doing the interviews with. And, Americans come from a lot of different backgrounds, but culturally, they're all Americans. And, while they may have some experience in Ghana or in other countries in the region, in Nigeria or Sierra Leone, they're going to still feel in their heart, the American standards for things, which is confidently looking into someone's eyes, making eye contact, speaking clearly, right? Feeling confident. That when you're confident, they're going to feel confident about you, right? But speaking kind of like this quietly and not wanting to make eye contact, it makes them think, well, why, right? Is it because they know that they might assume it's because you're nervous, but then.
All right, so that was my interaction with a former visa officer. So if you are preparing for a visa interview, you need to watch such videos, and they give a lot of tips. These are former visa officers that I was having a conversation with, and I've spoken to several of them. So if you check on the Fred Effect YouTube page, you'll be able to watch these videos, take notice of the information they are given. It will be very helpful. And of course, if you want to schedule a meeting with them, you can use the link that I'm showing on the screen. So they are former visa officers. They're called Argo Visa. They have the expertise that could help you. If you've ever been refused a visa, that's not the end of it. They can help you as well. So Blessing, kindly unmute your microphone. And if you do have a question for me, kindly go ahead.
Yeah, Sir Fred,
Yeah, please go ahead.
so I was admitted at the University of Arizona using your teachings, but I wasn't able to secure a scholarship. So I wanted to know how I'll go about it.
Right, is it a master's or undergrad?
It was a undergraduate.
Okay, congrats on the admission. Is it University of Arizona in Tempe or Phoenix?
Finish.
Okay. No, Tempe or Tucson. Which one of them?
It was Houston, yes, Houston.
Oh, okay. So what program is it?
Business administration.
All right, so congrats on the admission. Have you reached out to anybody since you got admission? Like, have you emailed the department head since you got admission?
No, please.
Yeah, that's the first way you have to start. I made a video explaining all the various avenues you can use to get a scholarship once you hold an admission. It would be great if you check out that video. I explained the various steps you can. The first step is for you to email the director of the program, express gratitude for getting admission, and then you ask if you can be considered for scholarship. So if you watch that video, I explain a lot of things. Please, blessing, check that out. It will help you. But congrats on that admission, bro. Let's talk to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and good afternoon from my end.
Yeah, go ahead with
Um,
your question, bro.
I applied to University of Denver, Masters in Geography, but
Mhm.
then I received an email. I've been waitlisted. I want to know what's the likelihood of me getting off this list. Thank you. And
Yeah,
then also around this time, if you haven't gotten admission offer yet, does it mean like it's getting too late for you? I
no.
just want.
Yeah, I mean, some people are even yet to start the applications, so it's not too late. So, what you have to do in the first place is to constantly remind the director of the program that you know you are dependent. You just want to set a reminder that you are still waiting to be considered for admission because it could probably be the only school you apply to and all that. So once somebody rejects the admission, sometimes people apply to 3, 4 schools, they get admission, they will not go to that school, but unfortunately, they will not inform them that they are not coming, right? So when you constantly keep in touch, letting them know that you are still waiting for admission decision, immediately somebody is unable to make it, then they will definitely let you know.
Great. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. To be able to join, okay, Emmanuel, let's go. How you doing, Emmanuel?
I'm fine, Uncle Fred. Please, how are you doing too?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Please go ahead with
Okay,
your
thank
question.
you. Please, so uh, following your teachings, I've gotten one admission in Annie Marie College,
It's
but
called Anna Maria College. Emmanuel,
uh,
we are learning. This is an educational
okay,
platform. It's
okay,
called,
Anna Maria College.
it's in
Okay,
Massachusetts, Paston. Emmanuel, go ahead. Okay, Emmanuel is not ready. Isaac, you're on. So if you could go ahead with your question, Isaac.
Yes, hello, Fred.
Yeah, please go
Hello,
ahead.
Fred. Yes, Fred. Yes, Fred. Hello, Fred. Are you getting me?
We can all hear you, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay then. Okay then. Mine is not a question. I said.
Hello, Isaac.
Okay.
Okay, Isaac is having issues. Isaac, if you could fix your connection, then we could talk. Kingsley, go ahead. Yeah, your microphone is muted. So go ahead. You have to
yeah,
unmute.
yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir.
Yeah, I have BSc in agriculture, and then currently I have MSc in international business management from
Mm-hmm.
the University of Sunderland. So I want to find out if I can get a full scholarship in the US to study either a second master's or probably PhD in any of the agriculture related field.
Yeah, sure. That is highly possible. You have an incredible background. So you have to gather the documents necessary. Don't limit yourself to only one program. And then we reach out to professors, sharing your transcript, that is your bachelor's and your master's, and also your resume with them. and then we ask if we can go ahead and apply, if we'll be considered for scholarship. You have an incredible background, so that shouldn't be a problem at all.
Okay, but then I'm yet to do my graduation. I think the graduation is somewhere around April, and then the full transcript itself is not yet in. So I just want to inquire if probably we
Yeah.
can do it.
So the good thing is that you can use your bachelor's degree to even apply directly into PhD.
Oh,
So
okay.
once you have your bachelor's complete document, you can just get the incomplete transcript, which will be the master's degree transcript, and then indicate in your application that sometimes when you're even applying, they will ask you if you've graduated or when do you intend to graduate. So if you're able to get these documents, the master's one, which is incomplete, you can still be using it for the application. However, remember that once you get admission and then you are coming into the school, you have to get a complete document and then bring them. So yes, you can apply without graduating.
All right. So in that sense, do I have to, even if the master transcript is in, do I have to do, worse evaluation of the first degree, which is the agriculture, and then the second one, which is the MSc?
That's a good question. What happens is that there are some universities that strictly require the evaluation. So whether you are applying for with HND, whatever, the school strictly requires that your transcripts are evaluated before they can consider you for admission. Those schools you need to. But if you are not applying to any of those schools that will not make if you're applying to those schools that will not make evaluation compulsory, then you can use your the normal transcript you have to apply.
All right. And then I,
Yeah,
I want to
even
book one-on-one with you. So if I book, when will I get time to speak? Because there are other issues I want to discuss, offline with you. So I don't know if I book one-on-one, when will I get available time to speak to you one-on-one?
there's only one way
Personally,
to,
I want to speak to you.
there's only one way to find out.
Okay.
That is when you schedule, the calendar appears and the calendar will tell you my schedule. So I can't tell by now.
Oh, all right. All
All
right.
right. Thank you so much. Let's talk to Justice. Justice, how are you doing, sir?
I'm okay. I was your mentee. That was last year for, but unfortunately, I couldn't make it. I went twice with
Okay.
Texas A&M. Yes. So
Okay.
this time around, I've switched from MSc Finance to MPA, and I'm
Mhm.
making strides with that admissions. So I've gotten admission to Merrimack College and also Westchester University of Pennsylvania, and also just yesterday I had to Georgia Southern yes, university. So with Merrimack, I've done all the interviews and I'm awaiting that's my decision on funding on Friday, that's 15th. And it's two. It's either I get 100% tuition waiver or 50% because I did two interviews. So with Merrimack, the cost of attendance is 63,000. Okay, round it up to 64,000. So I wanted to find out with this situation of mine being denied twice without funding. But this time around, I'm going with a higher cost of attendance with 100 if it goes through fully tuition waiver. Would you advise that I go in for the interview? Because I made my decision not to buy MRV now till I get funding for any of the universities I've applied to before I go ahead with the visa application. So would you advise um, I go in if the 100% tuition waiver comes with a deficit of 29,000, or I still wait for other schools before I go ahead with the visa process?
Do you have an I-20 at the moment?
No, because of the decision. So I don't want to apply for the I-20. I want to know the funding before I go in
Right.
for any of
So
them.
it's the same way. We wouldn't be able to preempt, right? So you should have an I-20 at hand, then we could have this conversation. Now, because you've been to the interview twice, my recommendation would be that try and speak to the Argo Visa team before you go for the next interview. So get the I-20s for the schools that you've applied to. Now you can make a decision, and especially if you talk to them, they'll be able to advise you on which of the I-20s based on your previous experiences of the first and the second denial. And I'm very impressed with the fact that you're not giving up. it's possible you can do it. A lot of people go for it 2 times, 3 times, and all that. So get these I-20s. Then you can make a decision which of these I-20s you're using. Now, based on that and your previous experiences, what would be the best way to go about the visa interview? And it will be great if you speak to the Argo Visa team. They'll be very helpful. All right. If you're watching us, thank you for tuning in. This is the Fred Effect. It's the biggest study abroad content platform, and we are responding to questions that people have about the application process. So if you are yet to start, you don't know where to start, it will be great to put in the request. I'm going to respond to some comments that you've been sending as well. We do live sessions every weekend. So this weekend, I'll be speaking to a mentee who was able to go through the process, getting a 3,000 scholarship and later on a 50,000 scholarship to another school. She had a business background. She moved into communication on a full scholarship. So her story is very touching and inspiring. So I'll be bringing her on Sunday. So make a date and then join us. At the moment, my team works on applications for free for individuals with high school and diploma qualification. So if you have a high school or diploma, all you need to do is to use the seller link, which is pinned to all my profile on social media, and then you'll be able to schedule a private one-on-one. We explain the entire process to you, and we will start your application. There's nobody out there who does that for free. Except the Fred Effect team, of course. At the moment, we do have a mock interview platform, which is a WhatsApp platform. If you have an interview date scheduled, all you need to do is to send a private message to me via Instagram, and then I would send you the link to join the mock interview platform. If you also want to apply for a master's or PhD, we do have a mentorship program which you can join. We get to meet weekly to help you through the process. So we have a lot of packages on the Fred Effect platform that is trying to help as many people as we can. I have had opportunity to go through the process. I've had 2 master's degrees on a full scholarship. My first master's was in Ohio. My second master's, I moved to a different state. I've had opportunity to assist thousands of people. So I started doing this for like almost half a decade now. So years of experience going through the process myself and also assisting other people, we've gotten the ideas and information and knowledge that we can also use to assist you to go through the process. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would have done it, but it's highly possible. All right, let's see if we can approve more people. Okay, you need to have your video on before we can talk. So please put your video on before I can bring you on. Let's see, Kwabena, I think it has to be the same thing. Kwabena, you have to have your video on before we talk. If you could put your video on, then we can have a conversation. Okay, Kwabena, kindly unmute. Okay, go ahead with your question, sir.
Okay, so mine is I've got the scholarship. I filled my DS 160, and then I'm on the visa application right now. So my question is on the mailing address. You see on the visa portal, you see state but not /province as in the DS 160. So should it be the same thing as I did in the DX 160?
All right, so throughout your application, this is a good question. I'm glad you asked. Throughout your application, you've been putting in the address and it's arranged in the same way. So when you're applying to the school, when you are generating the service coupon for the service fee payment, when you are working on the DS160 appointment portal, they've been asking for address throughout these applications. So what you have to do is to be consistent with what you have been putting throughout. Okay. So the state or province or the state is the equivalent of region that we have in Ghana.
Okay. Thank you very much. And then also, the last question is on. Sorry, hold on.
Okay, so you can also put in the request and join us live. I'm trying to share it on social media so that you can join us live if you're watching us at the moment. And
so okay, so the question is the last one is on the university zip code. You see, it's Missouri University of Science and Technology, and then their zip code is on the I-20, you see the address, you have roller something 65401. So I want to know if that the 65401 is the university zip code.
Yeah, that's the zip code.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm
Right, you're
grateful.
welcome. All the
And then
best.
I also want to join your WhatsApp because I'm done with the process. Everything is so I'm just trying to book the appointment and then so I
When
want
you
to
have
join your WhatsApp.
when you have the appointment scheduled, you just have to send me a message on Instagram saying that this is your appointment confirmation. I'll send you the link and then you can come on board.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's talk to Patrick. Patrick, let me know if you can hear me. Patrick, I can see your background, but can you hear me, Patrick?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't see you there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's talk to another person. Okay, I'm going to read some of your comments that you've been sending. Yeah, Joe Biden, you can ask your question in the comment section. That is possible. So, Prince, you're asking this on X, not necessarily if you're scheduled in Ghana, especially. Okay, so I do not have any WhatsApp or Telegram group for working on the process. It's only a one-on-one conversation that you can schedule. Islamic pace setters. That's how it works. Yeah, Isaac, all you need to do is to send me a message on Instagram letting me know that you've scheduled an appointment, and I'll be happy to share the link with you, sir. You can schedule a private one-on-one conversation. Instagram, you can send me a message. That's the best way to get in touch, sir. Yes, Jesse, that is correct. We are working on applications for fee for people with high school and diploma qualification. Jesse on Facebook. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, Manu Paul, definitely you can use a third class. There's a video I made explaining the various ways that you can do that. So please, you can. Let's see. Isaac, I appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting as well. Pakosi, hello to you as well. When you say you change your date of birth, your date of birth is already on your passport. So, Emmanuel, your question is not clear. Let me understand what you mean by you want to change your date of birth. All right, Pat, let me know if you can hear me. Unfortunately, you have to put your video on because we are live before we'll be able to talk. Okay, she's not ready yet. Adi said then update. Okay, you were responding to somebody's question. So Haruna, I am sharing the link in the comment section. That is how you can click and join, so you can also ask your questions. So. Yeah, Walsh University is in Ohio. It's a good school. It's a private college. It's a private university. Enoch, if you have a question, you can go ahead and type the questions. I'll be happy to respond to them. Okay. Hi, Justice. Okay, United Arab Emirates, Abubakar Kabo. Thank you for joining in. Let's see if we can approve more requests.
It's not there.
Emmanuel, you're back. Okay, Emmanuel, go ahead with your question, sir.
Please, I'm back again. We're talking and my line went off. So I said I've gotten admission, but I'm supposed to make a deposit of $100. But
Okay.
I'm waiting for George Washington, D.C. for another admission. So I want to find out.
Emmanuel, relax. This is an educational platform. Don't be combining things like that. John Washington DC is not like Washington DC is like a different place altogether. Take your time, take your time and talk. You know, people are also listening and
Sure.
learning. don't be combining things like that. Take your
Okay.
time and ask your question. I'm listening.
Okay. So as I'm saying, I'm waiting for George Washington University,
Mhm.
an admission from that school. So
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know if I'm supposed to. I should pay for the $100 for the first one, or I should wait.
For which school?
That's all. Sorry.
For which school? Which school is expecting the Roman deposit?
Annie Marie.
Oh, it's 100% up to you, bro. If you want to move on, you have to also find out if the the enrollment deposit is refundable, right? If it is non-refundable, then you want to wait until you are 100% sure which university you want to use for the visa processes before you go ahead and pay, sir.
Okay, please.
All right, let's talk to Jerry. Jerry, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, please go ahead with your question.
Okay, so Fred, please, I've gotten admission to Wall Street University, masters.
Oh, it's quite unfortunate. Jerry is having a network issue. Babs, please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Fred.
Yeah, go ahead, sir. I can
Good
hear you.
morning. Yeah. I'm just here to appreciate you once more. I have been your mentee for over a year now, and with your help, I've been getting admissions here and there. I think I have almost like 6 admissions now. So I'm now a bit
Yeah,
skeptical about which school to go to now. And I want to like tell people like to keep their hopes alive. This is a real thing. It's really happening. I've been seeing a lot of people going there. People have been successful in this journey, so we also can be successful. Only when we keep our hopes alive. Yeah. So far, I have a more than a half scholarship with Maria.
great.
Yeah.
Would you be able to share some of the schools you've applied to? So, like, if somebody's listening to you, what are some of the schools you've applied to
Yeah.
so far?
I applied to Ball State University with a scholarship of $12,000. Missouri SNC with $15,000, and Anna Maria College with $32,000 out of $62,000. Yeah, all with your help, Fred.
Great. Thank you for the encouragement and thank you for joining too. Let's talk to Patrick. Patrick, please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir.
Hi, sir. I'm back again. Thank you so much for all the good work you've been doing for us. So, I had a PhD admission whilst I was studying my master's in India, but then unfortunately I was denied a visa. And this time around, I've had multiple funding options available. And two questions. I want to move my profile from India to Ghana. But then I think I was having some challenges. I called the Ghana embassy. They told me to call the Indian embassy, which I did today. And then they told me to recall Ghana embassy. But then they were trying to create a new profile for me. They said they couldn't find my email. So I don't know if there's any possible easiest way to assist in moving my profile from India to Ghana, because I know there's a possibility or there's something possible.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then,
Okay.
okay, please proceed.
Yeah, obviously you can do that. So, are you currently in India?
No, I'm in Ghana now. So I want
Or,
to apply in Ghana.
so you had already attended an interview in India?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's sometimes it's going to be a back and forth process with the two embassies. And if you keep on emailing and following up on the calls, they will successfully move your profile. Another thing will be that, which I will not advise, you can create another portal with the same email. What happens is that they will block it and see that that profile exists. So they will ask you to upload your passport. When you upload it, then later on they will verify, and then that profile will become active now.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So let's talk to Jerry. Jerry, I think your microphone, your network was unstable. Okay, Jerry is not able to join us. I fear you have to put on your video before you'll be able to come on. Patrick, you had another question?
Yes. So, in moving my profile from India to Ghana, I plan to transfer my service details from one school to another school. So, should I wait till 60 days to class starts, or I can just apply for an emergency any moment from now and be approved?
You're asking like separate questions and you're ending it with another thing.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
let's first talk about the moving the service fee. If the service fee was paid in a year, you go through the FMJ fee website, transfer within 3 working days, it will be transferred, and then now you can log in back to the portal just like you received an email when it was paid, and then you can print out a new service fee confirmation page. But it has to be within a year, right? And then you now have different service ID numbers, and so that's what you use for the transfer. Now, you ended up with a 60 days. So what happens is that that's the instruction on the website. So the website says that you need to pay service fee, you need to have an I-20. However, there are a lot of people who do not have an I-20 a service fee paid yet. They only use the I-20, they got emergency request approved. And this will be this will be very relative. So today I put in an emergency request for somebody. Within 2 hours, the person was approved. The date is not up to the 60 days. So it's relative. Sometimes people get it approved and they don't the embassy do not usually give a reason for the denial. So for 60 days, based on experience, please don't wait to that. Because at the moment the dates available, I think today I saw the dates available are in May and June and July. So if you secure a date now, you're going to get somewhere in December. You put in the request is being approved, you will get a date in May or June. And of course, in your case, when did you pay your service fee? So if you get emergency request approved, you can save that.
June 8th.
Which means if you get emergency request approved, you can save the 350, right? But when you book a date now, you're going to get somewhere in December, which is no problem. Put in the request. Your reason will be maybe your class start date, and then the date you've gotten, and also the payment of your service fee. Because if you get anywhere above June, you have to pay the 350 again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so for those listening to it, this is very technical. This is somebody who has gone ahead in the process, and so most of the things we are talking about service fee, people may not understand, but it's absolutely fine. Thank you for joining, Patrick, and I wish you all the
Thank you
best.
so much. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Um, Angie Aye, kindly unmute your microphone, sir, and go ahead with your question.
Yeah, good morning. Let me say good afternoon. I'm in Accra, Ghana here. I believe you can hear me, right?
I can hear you very well, sir.
Okay, so there is this that is actually bothering me. In fact, I'll be applying into some of the United States universities coming.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Mr. Andrew. There's a lot of noise at the background. It's making it a bit disturbing. If you get a conducive background, then I can bring you on back. So let's talk to Ibrahim. Ibrahim, salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Are you not fasting?
No, I'm not fasting.
Oh, why not?
Nothing.
Okay,
How are
go
you
ahead.
doing?
But I feel like the fasting has begun. Ramadan has begun, right?
Yes, Ramadan has begun.
Oh, so why are you not fasting, bro? You not fast and pray for us. All
I'll
right,
join them anyway.
go ahead with your question, bro.
Okay. I'm Ibrahim from Sierra Leone. I have been following you on WhatsApp, on YouTube. I applied. I've been applying based on the colleges you recommend. So I've been given an acceptance for and I've received my I-20 for Winnie State College. So I want to know what's the next step I should take in fulfilling my admission to have my visa approved.
Okay, so congrats on the admission. I actually have a video on my platform, the YouTube platform, that I'm explaining the various steps to take once you get an I-20. Please check out that video. But technically, you are supposed to just pay for the visa application fee and then start the DS-160. And I explain into details all that I'm talking about. And then you also pay the service fee. You book a date in Sierra Leone, and then you prepare for the visa interview, and that'll be it. So if you watch the video, I explain into details like exactly what you have to do at each and every step, bro. So Mr. Andrew is back. Let's see if Mr. Andrew can hear us now.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, go ahead. I think this one is far
Yes,
better.
yes, I've been actually always listening to you, and I'm glad this is my first time actually I'm attending to this your program. Kudos to you, and then I mean you guys are doing a good job, but I've been enlightening us all the time.
Mr. Andrew, I'm so sorry. I really would want to. The background is super poor. It's kind
Can
of
you hear me
funny.
now?
I can, but there's so much noise at the background, Mr. Lai. All right, Jerry, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Fred, thank you so much for the effort you are putting into helping us. I have one quick question. I got admission to Ball State University, and I've been awaiting funding. So the graduate coordinator told me that the funding will be available mid-March, probably so this week, and maybe to the end of March. But then how would I know that whether how would I know funding decisions like emails have been sent out to the respective recipient? Like wow, yeah.
So you receive yours, right?
No,
When
like no. Yeah. So so
and this is a funny question. So what you are trying to say is that what if the funding decisions are sent and you've not received yours? How would you know?
yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
anybody else that you've gotten admission
No,
with in the
no,
school?
no, no, no.
You don't know anybody yet.
No, I don't know anybody.
Okay. So what program is it?
Um, MSc statistics.
Okay. Oh, statistics they give scholarship. As where I am at the moment, I am like
Mm.
um less than 2 hours away from Ball State. I had
Oh,
a lot of friends there, so I have a platform for them. I know there are a lot of people gotten admission there, but obviously you can email the director to find out if the letters have been sent out yet, right? And or may US in China.
you may see.
So
Yeah.
you can do that, but definitely for statistics, mathematics, that field is easy to get a
Mm.
and then with it, and
Okay.
so both you shouldn't have a problem, bro.
Okay. All right.
You
Hopefully.
will hear
All right.
from them.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jay. Let's talk to Apia. Apia, how you doing?
Hello, Fred. Good day.
Yeah, good day. How you
God,
doing,
God,
sir?
I'm doing great. You?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
God bless you for the good work you've been doing for the youth, and then we really appreciate that. So, one quick question. Currently, I'm pursuing my master's in healthcare management in the UK, but I've applied for a series of schools in USA as well, and because I've not completed my MSc, I did apply for PhD program, but with my first degree directly for a PhD program. But as at now, as it stands now, I haven't heard anything from the school, and then I'll be completing my master's in somewhere August. So I did apply for a fall 2024 intake. So I wanted to know, is it that I've not gotten the chance, or like I don't have the chance of gaining admission as I haven't heard from them as at now, or it's like
So a lot of schools are still processing admissions for fall semester. We are in March. There are some
okay.
people that there are some of the schools that admission deadlines are not even over yet. So, of course, you can definitely send an email to the HOD of the department to ask that I'm a peer. I applied to the program. When should I expect to get a response on my admission notice? And then they'll be glad to tell you exactly what date. Like the brother who said that they told him funding decisions will be made in mid-March, right? So they'll be able to tell you exactly when to expect from them. And then when the time comes and you've not heard from them, you can still follow up with another email.
Okay, Fred. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
All right. Mr. Isaac, kindly go ahead, sir. Mr. Isaac, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, Fred. How are you from my end? Thank you. Thank you, Fred, for all what you have been doing. You have been empowering a lot of people, millions of people. Yes, yes, yes. I say thank you. You have been empowering a lot of people. Thank you for all what you have been doing.
I think it takes a while
Uh,
when I talk. It takes a while before Mr. Isaac can hear me. So you just go ahead. Don't worry.
okay. So basically, I have completed my application. I have gotten everything. I have even gotten a date. I have even gotten Okay, I've even gotten a date for my visa appointment, but I want to join your mock platform. I've sent you a, I've sent you a message on Instagram. I've even sent you a message on YouTube. So I just want you to share the link with me so I can be part of the platform.
What's your name on Instagram?
Isaac Tom Injal.
Okay.
I've sent you a
It,
message. You reply to it. You just say to me, great.
oh, really? So what it
Yes.
means is that you didn't ask that you want to join the mock interview. So you have to ask that, and then you share a screenshot of that shows that you have an appointment. If I see that, then I'll share the link with you. If I responded to you, then definitely I saw your message. All right. Let's see who else we can talk to here. Bribiani, did I get your name right? Please unmute your microphone. Bibiani, did I get your name right? Okay. Please unmute your microphone and go ahead, Bibiani. Okay. She cannot hear me. All right, let's talk to Yushau. Did I get the name right? How do you pronounce your name?
Yes, you shall. That is the correct
Oh,
pronunciation.
that's a nice name. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're fasting, right?
Okay. Fast forward. I've gotten admission to American University with funding, but the funding is not complete because I get like 42K funding, and I still have a deficit like 24K. So in preparing to get a bank statement, I want to be very careful. So I want you to advise me on that. Because people are saying that if I get a bank statement that the person is not my close relative, like my father or my mother, that I may be denied.
So
I want to know.
what happens is that the school would have congrats on the admission in the first place. The school will have what we call a financial affidavit or a financial support form. Now, that form will clearly be explaining what exactly needs to your bank statement have to look like. So, do they accept a company bank statement? Do they accept from a statement from somebody who is not your relative? The school would give those instructions on as to how the bank statement should look like. So once you're able to fulfill that requirement, then all you need to do is to put in the best preparation for your interview. It shouldn't be a problem at all, bro.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. So I have Bibiani on. I don't know if you can hear me now. Okay, she's not ready. Let's talk to another person. Ibrahim, you have to have your video on before I can bring you on board, Ibrahim. So please put on your video. And if you want to join us, you can use the. So God is asking, how do I join, Fred? So this is how you join. I am sharing the link on in the comments. If you click on that link, it will lead you directly to join. Evangelist Paul, what was your question? I have not seen your question. If I see it, I'll be able to respond to it. I'll be happy if you can retype that.
While I know most students are nervous because it's a important interview, right? And they're concerned about the outcome. The visa officers will immediately perhaps assume that, oh, they're nervous because they're lying to me. That's what they start to assume, right? So the way to assume to approach this, and I know that in a lot of cultures, deference to authority is very important to elders, to anyone in a government position. And so you might, kind of be in this mode of thinking, oh, yes sir, no sir, please sir, that kind of thing. That's not what Americans like. Americans are kind of, they don't really like hierarchy. In American workplaces, we don't say sir or ma'am or madam for our bosses. We just say, yes, John, right? Or of course, Susan, right? That's how we talk to our bosses. There's only one person in the entire embassy that people will call sir, and that's the ambassador, right? So in the entire organization, there's one person, and that's actually quite rare, and it's kind of a formality that's a tradition. We say, yes, sir, Mr. Ambassador, right? And there's no one else. So when you go to the interview, I want you to imagine that you're not speaking to a judge or a policeman. Imagine that you're speaking to a colleague, right? So when you're at work and you're talking to someone that's your same level, right? You're not calling them sir, right? But you're still being professional, right? You want them to think of you as a professional, and you treat them professionally, right? So you treat them nicely, you treat them formally, but you're not being subservient. You're not being too deferring to them.
Awesome. Glad you bring that perspective. So if I'm going to a community college, if I'm going to an Ivy League, my question is, does my college really matter? Like the standard of my college and what program I'm going to pursue. I want you to combine these two. Does the kind of university or the college I'm going into and my program really matter in the visa approval?
It does. Now, the program doesn't matter as much as the school. Sometimes people might think, okay, this type of program sounds better than that type of program. But really it's the school that you're going to. Now, if you go to an information session from the embassy, they're going to say, nope, all schools are legitimate. You can go to a community college, you can go to an English language school, you can go to a 4-year university. It's all legit because they can't say that they're going to give preference to some schools and not.
That's so. Gad, let me know if you can hear me. Please go ahead with your question, Gad. Gad, you're muted. If you can unmute your microphone and go ahead with your question. Hello, Gad, can you hear me? Okay, Mohammed, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead with your question, Gad.
Yes, my question is just 5 days ago, I think on the 7th, I went for an interview at the.
Good. I think you have to fix your connection. You're having a bit of network issues. Mohammed, can you please hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, which country are you watching me from?
From Abu Dhabi, UAE.
Abu Dhabi. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for all the work that you are doing. I want to ask for students who have a family, any tips for them when they go for the visa interview? And my second question is, I'm an engineer and I got admission already from Indiana School, Bloomington with a 50% scholarship and Carnegie Mellon with 40% to study policy, energy policy. So
is it the O'Neill School?
O'Neill School, yeah.
Yeah. So you got a fellowship.
Yes, I applied also.
Yeah. Did you apply for the additional fellowship because there's an additional fellowship?
Yes.
I know about the school. Well, don't worry. I know.
Yeah,
Did you get the application fee waiver code when you use that?
Yes.
Okay, I know about the school very well. Don't worry, I know. So so congrats on the admission. So how much did you get? Is it 25 or 32,000?
I applied for. They give me 50% scholarship.
Yeah, I know, but how much is it worth? Is the 50% tuition worth? Is it 32,000 or $25,000?
I think 25,000.
Okay, great. So have you gotten an outcome for the additional fellowship you applied?
No, not yet.
Yeah. All right. So definitely you hear from them. Let's answer your question. In terms of you having a dependent, it's just a matter of you being able to produce the financial statement required for the F2 I-20s to be released, and also the reason why you want your family to join you when you are coming. So if you're able to establish that very well, that would be great.
Okay. And
Yeah.
the second question about the shall I proceed? I'm still waiting for admission from other schools. So shall I proceed with I-20 from O'Neill School, or shall I wait?
They require a 200 deposit before you can accept the admission, right? Or you didn't read the admission letter very well? Okay, take your time and read the letter. The letter says that you need to make a deposit of $200 to accept the admission. So if you have the money, and you have to understand that it's non-refundable. So now, to proceed with the I-20, first of all, enrollment deposit, bank statement before you can receive the I-20. So the question is, do you have the enrollment deposit to make now?
The $200 you mean?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so then you can make the deposit, send the financial document, and then start the visa processes.
Even if I'm not going, if finally I'm not choosing O'Neill School, do you advise me?
So it depends on the current interview date available in your country. So would you get a closer date if you decide to wait that much, or getting the I-20 and securing a date now, so that even if you get another school, you can still use the same date to go to the other school? Yeah, so you have to find out about the current, visa appointment date in your country, and so that you can make that decision. You said what language do you speak apart from English?
Arabic.
Okay, can you tell people in Arabic to subscribe to the Fred Effect?
يا اشتركوا في قناة فريد افكت channel. سبسكرايب هي قناة مفيدة وإن شاء الله بالتوفيق.
Okay, I appreciate that. All the best, bro. All right, let's talk to Angela. Angela, unmute your microphone and go ahead with your question.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm okay. Which country are you talking to me from?
I'm a Ghanaian, but I'm in South Africa right now.
Oh, okay.
And I've actually been in communication with you for some time now.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yes. So my first question is, can I submit a 3-month-old bank statement to my school?
So the school has a financial support or financial affidavit form. The financial affidavit form details how the bank statement should be. So your school should have that, and that should give you the instructions. So if they do accept a financial statement that is 3 months old, it will be indicated in the financial support form. So it's not like a generic information that every school has. So for example, East Tennessee State University, they don't accept a company statement. Ohio University accept a company statement. And so this information is put in the financial affidavit form. So you need to read that.
Okay, thank you. And with the assistance of your team, I did get admission for transfer to Missouri. Enough.
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. I've evaluated my transcript from South Africa to American. But what I want, well, with also from watching your videos, I've also decided to evaluate my transcript. And I'm actually waiting for the evaluation. I think it's coming in tomorrow. So I wanted to maybe apply for master's with my HND. So would you advise I go on with the Missouri transfer, or do you think I should go on the master's path?
So let's take it one step at a time. So I have been on here saying that my team works on applications for free for people, and you are a beneficiary. So explain to
Yes, I
people
am.
how it worked so that they can understand.
Okay, so I booked a section with you, and you gave me your number. I set up a group. From setting up the group, there was a man in the group that assisted me with the whole process. I gave him my transcript, unofficial transcript, with 2 recommendation letters, and I think that's it. And a passport is a copy of my passport.
All right.
Then he submitted for me.
So we worked on the application for free, or we
Yes,
charge
for
you for
free.
it. Okay,
No, you
great.
didn't
So
charge
that's
me.
how it works. So
It was for free.
if you are done with your evaluation, remember you can use it to apply for masters. Now it is 100% up to you that you want to move on with a school that you currently hold admissions into, or you want to go in for the masters. That is 100% up to you. You can actually go ahead and secure your visa with the current school and apply for a master's degree either from South Africa or when you get into the US. It's 100% up to you. So you have to tailor the process according to one, the resources you have, the time you have, and the documents you have. So what time do you have enough time to be able to work on this school that you have to apply for the visa, or you have enough time to be able to apply for another master's degree, even though you have an admission? So Angela, you can take your time, calculate your things, like how much is it going to cost to apply for a master's degree? How long is it going to take? Is it going to be for this fall semester and all that? Then you can make the decision from there.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let's talk to another person. Ben, go ahead, sir.
My name is Bernard, and I've been accepted in the University of Kentucky. And
You need to speak up a little bit, Ben.
my name is Bernard, and I've been accepted in the University of Kentucky.
Okay.
And I've booked my appointment dates. I'm supposed to be on campus in fall 2024, but I'm not getting dates, so I'm trying to book an
No,
earlier
take your
date.
time. Take your time. Take your time. You've already gotten a date. What's your interview date?
It's 3rd December.
Good. So all you need to do is that you put in an expedited or emergency request. And then when it is being approved, you will get a better date to schedule. So it's not a problem.
Okay, thank you so much. I've been worried. I've been
No,
thinking
there's no
maybe
need to worry. There's no need to worry about that.
I watched these TikTok videos and they've been saying maybe they can't give you emergency date. And
There's only one way. Today, before I came on live, I actually scheduled requested an emergency for someone, and within 2 hours it was approved, and the person has been able
really,
to.
so
Yeah.
I can go for an
So
emergency date now.
I'm trying to, when I finish with the live, I will post on Twitter the message I used and the response I got and everything. Maybe you can just refine that message and also try it out.
Because
So
they were saying 60 days before you can go for an emergency date.
the person's program starts in August. I put in the request today.
Wow. Then
Yeah.
I need
There's a
to
lot of information out there, bro. Open your eyes. If you have a date schedule, send me a private message. I'll add you to my WhatsApp group.
I've sent you a message on this one on
What's your
Instagram.
name on Instagram?
My name is Elikem. Eli.
Elikem. Is that like that's the name you have on Instagram?
There is Eli Ben Ahmed. Ben Ahmed.
If you
Ben.
can do it now, I was trying to search for the name and then I'll respond right away. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can pick more people. Ivy. Hi. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, Ivy is not ready, so let's talk to Bibiana. Bibiana, how you doing? Hi, Ivy.
Hi.
Go ahead. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Please go ahead with your question. You're so excited.
Yes, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Go ahead with your question.
Okay. Please, I've applied for San Francisco University, but they're asking me to attach a proof of fund before I submit it. So
it's
does it
called,
mean that there's no scholarship available or funding
so it's
graduate
called,
assistantship?
so the school is called University of San Francisco.
Yes.
So in the application actually requires the financial statement. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get a scholarship. Recently, I interviewed a lady called Irene. In their school application, they require you to submit a financial statement, all right, but she got a full scholarship. But so just like submitting a transcript or maybe a certificate, some schools require that as part of the application process. So that's not a big deal at all.
Oh, okay. So in this case, what do? I have to apply for my bank statements or?
No, you have to submit the financial statement. Yes, so you have to use a bank statement before. So Ivy, there's a bit of noise at the background. We are live, so it's a bit distractive. I can hear you, but the noise at the background is not really helping. So if you can resolve that, then I can bring you back. Let's talk to another person. Let's see. Ibrahim, salam alaikum.
Yeah, hello, Fred. Good afternoon.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, and you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Please go ahead with your question, please.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, Fred, I had an admission at American University with
Ibrahim,
15,000
your sound
scholarship.
is very
Yes.
poor. I don't know if you can take the
Oh, okay.
headset off. The sound is very poor, Ibrahim. Not very helpful at this point. Okay, let's see if we can bring Ivy back. Ivy, let's see if the background is okay.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm asking if I can apply for my bank statement. What if I don't have the available fund that they want? Would
Are
it
they,
be?
are they stating a specific amount you have to upload? No, right?
No, they just
Right.
ask of my
So
proof
you
of
can
fund.
upload any statement at all.
Any statement at all, even if I have 1,000 Ghana cedis.
The most important thing is the financial document. If they don't approve that, obviously they will let you know.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay, so let's see if we can bring another person on. All right, so trying to read some of your comments. So Mariam, to join the live stream, I am sharing the link. You just have to click on that and you'll be able to join me live. Let's see.
Out to other schools. But in practice, it's inevitable. When they see Harvard or Princeton or Yale or one of these best universities in the world, they're going to think, oh, wow, Harvard has accepted this student. They must have really strong academic credentials, right? And they're going to issue all of those. And then let's say you've got a middle school, a middle level school,
Right.
where they've heard of the name of the school. They know it's a real school, right? But maybe it's not the best school, but still it's got a reputation, right? They know, okay, well, this is a real school. Students in America that I know, I might have friends that have gone to this school. So I know that you have to apply, you have to be accepted, you have to be a real student. But then there's schools that they've never heard of. Maybe community colleges, maybe smaller 4-year schools that they've never heard of. And they're going to think, I don't know anything about this school. And if I've never heard of it, it must be very small, doesn't have a reputation. And that's going to make them more skeptical because they don't know, okay, do they have real entrance requirements? Do you have to pass tests? Do you have to submit scores or transcripts? I don't even know. So you're going to have to prove why this is a good school and why you're a trustworthy student. And then at the lower end of that list is going to be language schools. If you're just going to study English, and I don't know if in your audience you have anybody that's in that situation from a francophone country, but if you're just going to study English, that's the one where those schools will accept anyone. So it's not that those schools are bad, it's that the best student can go to an English school, and also someone who's not a student at all can just say, yep, I want to go to an English school. And so that's the one where they're going to have the harshest the harshest review of.
Thank you. You're still watching here on the TFV YouTube channel. We are privileged to have the Argo Visa team, specifically Ben with us, who has interviewed more than 600,000 visa applicants. He is very experienced in these visa processes. It is always great to have their perspective. So whether this is your first time going for your visa interview, you've ever been refused several times, the best way is to interact or talk to a former visa officer who understands your situation better to be able to advise you, have a mock interview with you, and review your document before you go for your next interview. So because you have subscribed to the TFV YouTube channel, if you use the code FRED10, you will get a 10% discount if you book a one-on-one consultation with Argo Visa. Remember, the code is FRED10 and you have to type it as it appears on the screen. So this gives you a 10% discount when you book a one-on-one consultation with Argo Visa. So you're going to have the opportunity for a former visa officer to review your documents, give you an expert advice, and also organize a one-on-one mock interview to ensure that you're very prepared before you appear at the embassy for your interview. The website link to book a one-on-one consultation with the Argo Visa team will be shared in the video description. All you need to do is to click on it, select the package you are interested in, and type in the code FRED10, and you're going to get a 10% discount so that you save some money for yourself because you have subscribed to this channel. So it is a very simple process. Here is how to go about it. To book a consultation with a former visa officer, you will simply click on the link, which I'll share in the video description. I'll also put it in the comment section, so it will be pinned in the comment section. Just use this specific link in order to get the 10% discount. It will take you to this website. Now, when you come to the website, you click on book consultation. This website will open. All you need to do is to type in your first name, your last name, you type your email, you set up a password, and then click on that, and then you create an account. So when you're about to check out, you'll be asked if you have a special promotion code. Then you click here. Then you type in the code FRED10. So the promotion code will be applied after you type in that. And that's it. You're all set. You get a 10% off. I wish you the best as you prepare for the final stage of your study abroad journey, that is getting your visa approved. It comes with huge excitement. So don't be discouraged if you've ever been refused. This is your time. My name is Fred. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you in another video.
Hello.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Hey.
Your name says Kingsley. How can a lady be Kingsley though? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, he's my husband.
All right, shout out to Kingsley at the background. You have a little baby?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your question, please.
Okay. I completed 2008, and then I wanted to ask if I could get a scholarship in nursing. In
What's your
first degree,
background again?
general arts. General
You,
arts.
you have a bachelor's?
And no, WASI.
Okay, so you said you completed which year?
2008.
28. Okay. So is Kingsley listening to us?
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah. Okay. You're holding the baby, so Kingsley can type what I'm saying. So Kingsley, you need these documents. Her high school certificate, the high school transcript. You will need 2 letters of recommendation, English proficiency letter, and since you're in the UK, you already have a passport. So if you get these documents, I share a lot of schools on my platforms that you can go and apply for free. My team can also take your document, just like there's a lady, Angela, who came on. My team can take your document and work on the application for free. We only have to schedule a private one-on-one conversation, and then we can help you with that.
We are going to do that, but then with that, can she secure a scholarship?
Yeah, obviously, and then we will take our time and explain to you how the entire process is going to go. And you ask as many questions as you want to. We address them before we begin the process from there.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
All right, so let's talk to Mariam Yakubu. Mariam, okay. Mariam is not ready. Let's talk to Jonas. Jonas, how are you doing? Jonas, there's a lot of noise at your background. If you could have a quiet background, we can talk. Okay. I'm sorry, Jonas, we can't. There's a lot of noise at the background. Okay, let's see if Mariam is ready. Mariam, are you ready? If you can. Okay, I know people are not ready. Ibrahim, let's see if it's going to work this time around.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay, let's manage this one.
All right. Yes, so Fred, I applied for Empower loan, and I was.
No, I'm sorry, Ibrahim. The sound is poor. I'm sorry about that. Ibrahim, your sound is very poor. Let's talk to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, how are you doing, sir?
Hello, Fred. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Yes, I've gotten admission to Ball State University, and they have asked me to apply for, I think, 4 or 5 graduate assistantship. It has not.
Okay.
They said they will make a decision around ending of this month, and they need financial document to do my I-20. My statement is not that good, so I wanted to know if it is okay for me to apply for Empower and use that for the I-20. So a friend told me the Empower, there's something skeptical about it or something. So I wanted to be sure.
No, I mean, you have to first of all find out if your school, Ball State, is on the list of the Empower schools, and also if the program is being supported by them. If yes, then yeah, you can. When you apply for the loan and it's being approved, you can use that for your I-20. Understand that there are a lot of people who have gotten their visas approved with the same loan. And so, yeah, the other time I was in Worcester, Massachusetts, and then I met a brother at Clark University. His name is Ralph. He came here with an Empower loan. So you wouldn't be the first person to get your visa approved with the Empower. Neither would you be the last person.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. So let's see if we can talk to another person. All right. Jonas, let's see if your sound is better. Kindly unmute your microphone.
I'm doing fine, please.
Jonas, I'm sorry. The background noise it's too much, so we can't bring you on. Miriam, can you hear me now? If you can unmute your microphone and go ahead. Can you go ahead, Miriam? Okay, Miriam is not ready as well. Let's see. Okay, so you don't have to panic if you've been offered admission without a scholarship, or you have been offered admission, a partial scholarship, and you're wondering how to take care of the rest of the cost of attendance. This video will give you the strategies you need to secure a full scholarship or funds to support your education abroad. My name is Fred. Thank you for subscribing. This is the Fred Effect. Let's get started. This video is in 2 parts. First, I'm going to tell you the mistakes most applicants make that end them up securing admission without a scholarship, so that if you are yet to start your study abroad applications, you will avoid these mistakes. In the second part of the video, if you have secured admission, congratulations. Unfortunately, if your admission did not come with funding, I'm going to explain the various avenues you can explore to secure full scholarship or funds to support your education abroad. If you're ready, let's begin. So if you are yet to begin your study abroad journey, make sure to avoid these mistakes. The first one is, do not start your applications without finding out if the university, department, or program you intend to apply to have scholarships available for international applicants or students. Listen, if you're applying to a university in Canada or the US, most of the scholarships are in the form of graduate assistantship, research assistantship, fellowship, or teaching assistantship. Not every department has such offers for international students. So you need to find out first if the department you're applying into have such scholarships available before you submit your application. So I know you'll be asking, how do you find out? And that leads me to my second point. Communication. Most applicants, before they submit their application, fail to communicate with the admissions team, the director of the program, or at least a faculty member in the department you intend to apply to. Listen, to be considered for full scholarships, a lot of departments require applicants to get a supervisor within the department before they submit their application. You don't have to panic if you've been offered admission without a scholarship, or you have been offered admission, a partial scholarship, and you're wondering how to take care of the rest of the cost of attendance. This video will give you the strategies you need to secure a full scholarship or funds to support your education abroad. My name is Fred. Thank you for subscribing. This is the Fred Effect. Let's get started. This video is in two parts. First, I'm going to tell you the mistakes most applicants make that end them up securing admission without a scholarship, so that if you are yet to start your study abroad applications, you will avoid these mistakes. In the second part of the video, if you have secured admission, congratulations. Unfortunately, if your admission did not come with funding, I'm going to explain the various avenues you can explore to secure full scholarship or funds to support your education abroad. If you're ready, let's begin. So if you are yet to begin your study abroad journey, make sure to avoid these mistakes. The first one is, do not start your applications without finding out if the university, department, or program you intend to apply to have scholarships available for international applicants or students. Listen, if you're applying to a university in Canada or the US, most of the scholarships are in the form of graduate assistantship, research assistantship, fellowship, or teaching assistantship. Not every department has such offers for international students. So you need to find out first if the department you're applying into have such scholarships available before you submit your application. So I know you'll be asking, how do you find out? And that leads me to my second point. Communication. Most applicants, before they submit their application, fail to communicate with the admissions team, the director of the program, or at least a faculty member in the department you intend to apply to. Listen, to be considered for full scholarships, a lot of departments require applicants to get a supervisor within the department before they submit their applications. If you do this, it increases your chances of admission and scholarship. If you forget to do this before submitting your application, don't worry, you can still secure an advisor after you have submitted your application. Don't wait till your admissions are in. You risk not gaining admission or gaining admission without a scholarship. If you don't do this, because a faculty member should agree to work with you to be considered for a scholarship. Departments that do not require that you get a supervisor would only ask that you talk to the head of the department before you submit your application. Now listen. Every department you want to apply to have faculty members. Among the faculty members, there's somebody who is considered as the head of department or HOD or director of the program or program head. Different universities have different terminologies for this. So all that I'm saying is that you need to reach out via email, express interest in the program, share your transcript and at least your CV. Ask about admission and scholarship availability in the department. If the department do not have such offers, they will let you know. If they do, they'll also let you know. In that case, you save yourself the time and effort and sometimes money for application fees in applying. Later on, you gain admission without a scholarship. In this video, I explain how you can navigate the website of almost every university to locate the director of the program or the head of department email address. Check this video out in case you need to do that. On my third point, it is important to know that some graduate programs are self-funded, and as such, the department do not offer scholarships to international students. Others, and mostly the business-related fields, will make GRE or GMAT optional. However, to be considered for scholarships, you are sometimes required to submit these test scores. So even though you may get a GRE or GMAT waiver, and especially in the business related programs, you are only considered for scholarship if you have a GRE or GMAT. So it means that if you are aiming at a full scholarship to fund your education, why not opt for other programs that would not require the GRE but have scholarship for international students? This is the fourth point. Sometimes within the application portal, applicants are asked if they will be able to fund their education if not considered for scholarship. Now, if you go ahead and select yes, you may not be considered for scholarship because the admission committee may presume you can fund yourself. Again, most universities give applicants the opportunity to select either they want to be a teaching, research, or graduate assistant during the application process. Remember that it is important to select all these three, because if you select a teaching assistant and unfortunately there are no teaching assistantship positions, rather there are research or graduate assistantship positions, since you chose teaching assistantship, you may not be considered for other funding opportunities if there are no teaching assistantships available. Now listen to me if you are applying to an undergraduate program, especially in the US and Canada. The truth is that you can secure admission and a merit-based scholarship or a partial scholarship if you have a high school transcript, certificate, and reference letters or recommendation letters. But to put yourself in a better position to secure a full scholarship for an undergraduate program, you may be required to produce an SAT or ACT results, even though it might be optional in the application process. So if you currently hold an admission for an undergraduate program with a merit-based scholarship or a partial scholarship, and the university is not offering you a full scholarship, this may be the reason. If you have SAT or ACT, you stand a higher chance of getting a full scholarship, which will cover the entire cost of your attendance to the university you have applied to. Again, if you gain admission for an undergraduate program, some schools will require you to complete what we call the CSS profile. So you may get a merit-based scholarship, and then you need to complete the CSS profile to be considered for a need-based scholarship. So reach out to your university, ask them if you are required to complete the CSS profile to be considered for additional scholarship. Remember, not every university or college qualifies for the CSS profile. So ask the admissions office of your university. They will send you the link, and after you complete it, they'll review. If you qualify for additional scholarship, they will let you know and you'll be awarded accordingly. Now let's go to the second part of the video. If you currently hold admissions, congratulations. These are the options you can explore in order to get a full scholarship to fund your education abroad. So after receiving your admission notice, the first step you need to take is to accept the admission. Afterwards, you need to, as soon as possible, email the director of the program or the advisor you were assigned to if the admission did not automatically come with scholarship. A lot of admission notice, especially to the US and Canada, automatically comes with assistantship or scholarship offers. Unfortunately, not all of them. So once you've been offered admission into a program, quickly email the director of the program, express gratitude for being considered for admission into the program. Then you ask whether you'll be automatically considered for scholarship or you have to submit a separate application to be considered. If the department automatically considers applicants for scholarship, then they will let you know when scholarship or funding decisions will be made. Again, if you are supposed to submit a separate application to be considered or be interviewed separately to be considered for the scholarship, they will let you know. So I know at this point you are saying, Fred, what if I emailed my department yet the director says that there are no scholarships available? Well, that's a good question. That leads me to my next point. If your department has no scholarships available, then you should explore other scholarship opportunities or assistantship opportunities in the university. A lot of students have their scholarships or funding from a different department in the university and not necessarily the academic department they gained admission into. Currently, I am one of them. In my previous university, the department I gained admission into offered me a teaching assistantship opportunity, but in my current university, I am being funded, or my scholarship comes from a different department and not the department I gained admission into. So how do you get such scholarships? And that is my third point. So as an international student, the major department you'll be interacting with apart from your academic department where you gain admission into is 1, the international office, and 2, the graduate office or the graduate school. The international office is responsible for all the activities of international students. So the issuance of I-20, the designated school official, CPT, OPT, and all those things are done by the international office. So if you have gained admission without a scholarship, this is what you should do. Email the international office. Let them know you've gained admission into a department in the university. Unfortunately, your department do not currently have scholarships for international students. So one, can they employ you as a graduate assistant in the international office? Or what are some of the scholarships available for international students that the international office would recommend that you apply to? In the same way, you can email the graduate office, which is responsible for graduate students. And of course, if you gain admission to an undergraduate program, email the undergraduate office. You let them know, especially if you're a graduate student, if they can employ you as a graduate student and fund your education. Or two, are there any graduate scholarship opportunities the graduate office or the graduate school can recommend to you, an incoming graduate student, to apply to? Listen, I have a lot of friends who are currently working at either the international office or the graduate office of their school. Shout out to my sister Akushika at Northern Arizona University. She is one of them. Before I move on to the next option, I know this video is opening your eyes on a lot of things. It will mean a lot to me if you support the channel to grow. Please do me a favor by clicking on button. If you like the video, apparently it helps you to recommend this channel to others. It will be great if you click on there so that anytime a new video is uploaded, you'll be the first to be notified. In the comment section, please let me know if these tips have been helpful so far. If you're a current student studying anywhere around the world, let us know how you secured your scholarship. Did it automatically come with your admission? What time duration did it take for you to get your scholarship after your admission? Your input will seriously help our brothers and sisters who are currently on their study abroad journey. Thank you. Now let's move on to the next strategy. Now moving on, almost every university has an employment website. Most of the assistantship opportunities available in the university you've gained admission into can be found on these employment websites. So once you hold admission, you qualify to apply to any of them. So visit the employment website of the university and apply to as many as you can. So this is how some of the employment websites look like. Let's move on to the next option. Almost every university has a financial aid office. The purpose of the financial aid office is to provide financial assistance and eligibility awareness to all current and prospective students as they pursue their educational goals. So financial aid is money that helps pay for the cost of education, that is college fees, books, and supplies. So if you hold admission without a scholarship, then you have to reach out to them. So get the email address of the financial aid office in the university you've gained admission to. Simply tell them that you're a prospective student and you need help securing scholarship to fund your education, and they will be glad to help. Now, this is my next strategy. You wouldn't be the first person to study in whichever university you've gained admission into. There are certainly some international students who are studying in sometimes even the department you've gained admission into. So since you have an admission, please do this. Visit the website of your department or the university and reach out to any of the international students who are currently schooling in the university. Remember, these students have already been on the path you are now traveling, and they can give you some inside information that can really help you to secure a scholarship. At least they can share their successful journey in securing scholarship in the university with you. If you're finding it difficult to reach out to a faculty member, these people are already in the university, so they can assist you by walking to the office of the professor you want to reach out to and have a conversation with them on your behalf. So if you visit the website of the department you've gained admission into, you can find the pictures, email addresses, and names of current students in the department. So do well to reach out to them. Let's move on to the next strategy. Before we move on to the next strategy, it is important to note that I'm giving you as many avenues as possible. So if the first one does not work for you, the second, third, or the subsequent ones may work for you. So bear with me, let's go through them. On the next strategy, once you gain admission into a university, quickly search for the department or the university's social media platforms and follow or subscribe to all the handles of the university or the department you've gained admission into. So this includes but not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and most especially LinkedIn, and of course, Twitter as well. Most important announcements and sometimes scholarship opportunities are posted on LinkedIn or on the social media platforms of the department you've gained admission into or on the university's social media handle. So if you follow or subscribe, you may be the first person to find an opportunity that will lead you into landing a full scholarship to fund your education. Now, talking about social media, I share very insightful information on my social media pages, and that is the quickest way to get in touch with me as well. Simply go to Facebook and search for the Fred Effect or TFE, follow the Facebook page, and let's get interactive. I am very active on Twitter. My Twitter account is verified. So check for the verification mark, follow the handle, and send me a direct message and I'll quickly respond. This is also the Instagram page, just in case you are not on either Facebook or Twitter. This is the Instagram handle. On TikTok, I post videos on scholarships and application fee waivers. Remember, you can also use this link on the screen to schedule a private one-on-one conversation with the Fred Effect if you need assistance with your process. The Fred Effect team is always ready and willing to help. It will be great to get in touch. Finally, as an international student, you can secure an educational loan to fund your education abroad. I would suggest that you make the loan your last resort since you have to pay back. So there are a lot of companies ready to give you a loan to fund your education. I will only mention 8 of them in this video, but there are more. So this include Empower, Juno, Prodigy Finance, Ascent, Discover, Ernest, PenFed, and Credible. I'm going to share the links to the website of these institutions in the video description in case that will be your last resort. Quickly, let me clear this erroneous impression. A lot of people are of the view that the chances of a prospective student to secure a visa is slim if they are being funded by a loan company. There is no proof for this. In fact, I have had opportunity to assist a lot of students who are currently studying abroad on a loan secured from some of these companies that I mentioned. They were successful at a visa interview, and so will you. Also, depending on whichever country you want to study in, these are country-specific scholarships that you may want to consider. In Japan, there is a MES scholarship. In Germany, there is the DAD scholarship. In Singapore, there is the Singer Award. In France, there is the AFL scholarship. In Hungary, there is the Stipendium Hungarikum. In Korea, there is the Global Korea Scholarship. And of course, in the UK, there is the Shevden Scholarship. There's also the Land University Scholarship in Sweden. There's the Swiss Government Scholarship. The Ireland government has an Ireland Government Scholarship. There's a Commonwealth Scholarship, Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, and also the Fulbright Scholarship that you can consider. So finally, listen, and I tweeted this recently. Ideally, we all expect the study abroad journey to be like you secure admission, you get scholarship, and then you go ahead to secure your study permit or your visa. In fact, this is the case for most international students. However, the study abroad journey is not this smooth for everyone. The bitter truth is that some prospective international students secure admission, they get a full scholarship. Unfortunately, their visas or study permits get denied. In the same vein, some students will gain admission, they will get no scholarship or partial scholarship, and their visas or their study permit will be approved. It is when they get to the campus or the destination country that they explore other scholarship opportunities available. I know you are worried that you gain admission and now you don't have scholarship or you have a partial scholarship. The admission alone is a big deal. A lot of students around the world apply to the same university you've gained admission into and you were considered. So you have to celebrate for that and take the opportunity, with or without scholarship. So if you're watching me right now, you have admission with a partial scholarship and you're saying it's not enough, listen up. If you have a bottle or a cup filled with water to the middle, you can be optimistic and call it half full, or you can be pessimistic and call it half empty. I would choose to call it half full, and I entreat you to do same. Push through and be positive. You will definitely be fine. Understand that some assistantship and scholarship opportunities can only be applied for when you are on campus. So under no circumstance should you lose hope or be discouraged because you have gotten admission without a scholarship or you have a partial scholarship. In Canada, as at the time of recording this video, international students are allowed to work full-time, earn good money to sponsor their education. In the United States, you have up to 20 hours to work on campus as a student. If your department has put you on a wait list, be positive. Not everyone who has gained admission into the same university you've gained admission into would eventually accept the offer or attend the university. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of people apply to different universities, they gain admission with scholarship, they choose one university to attend, and they do not inform the universities they are not going to that they cannot make it. So these scholarships that are presumed to be taken will be available when you have finally been able to push through to get to campus. So keep pushing, there are more opportunities. Occasionally, some students secure admission and scholarship into the same university or a department you were not offered scholarship. Unfortunately, they are unable to secure the visa. So if you are able to secure a visa and get to campus, the assistantship is a job. So it will definitely be offered to you if you finally make it to campus. Listen, you need to do this. If you don't push yourself through, nobody can. Friends, my name is Fred. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you in another video. Please be positive. Everything will be fine. Ajete, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. So I have an HND in computer science. Um, I'm seeking to apply for school.
Yeah, Ajete, we can hear you. Okay.
So I
think
think I was applying in one of the schools.
Ajete, we lost you at some
One
point.
of the school.
You had network
Hello, can you
issues, so
hear
we
me?
lost you at some point. Okay, Ajete is having network issues. Let's talk to Nathan. Nathan, how are you doing, sir?
I'm very fine, Fred. Good afternoon from my side. So yeah, mine has got to do with the DS160. I was filling it. I know I've been denied twice, and for the first and the second attempt, I took out my dad's details. I'm thinking on bringing it during the third attempt. What do you think about the whole thing? Should I bring it to actually go along that track of omitting it?
So I love your confidence of trying again. It's good you're not giving up. It will certainly pay off. Um, I will not be able to respond to this question without having to look at your previous DS160s. And that should be a guideline. Once you've been there, they have your details in the system. So you don't want to prove inconsistency in your applications and all that. And again, I would highly recommend that you talk to the Argo Visa team because it's your third attempt. I'm sharing the link on the screen. You can use that to schedule a meeting with them and they'll be able to address the major issues you have. What I'm proud of is that you are not giving up. This is your third attempt and you still have the confidence that you can do it. The whole idea is that don't do the same thing that you've been doing. So if you keep on doing the
Yeah,
same
that's what I
thing,
want to add.
exactly, you're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
what I
get
was
the
going to
same
bring up.
results, right? And just like I said, talk to the Argo Visa team. That'll be super helpful. Nana, go ahead with your question.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr.
How are you doing,
Fred.
sir?
I'm good, and how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, through your videos, I've been able to secure admission at the American University and the Carolina University. But I would like to go to the American University, and also with the offers, I've been able to secure an Empower of $65K, but I have a deficit of about
Hello, Nana. Nana,
6K.
Nana, looks like your mom is calling you at the background.
Yeah.
Can you respond to her? Mom is calling. I'll bring you back. Don't worry. Respond to her. I'll bring you back. Adete, we lost you. Kindly unmute if you can hear you now. Okay. Adete is having network issues. Solomon, go ahead, sir.
Okay, Fred. Good afternoon here in Ghana.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Please, I want to find out about the documents when applying. Please, is it more formal when you scan the document and then you send it to the school, or is it when the school you attended, the university I attended to do my bachelor's, do they send the document directly to the school? Which one is? I'm more confused about the scanning of the documents to the university.
No, don't be confused. Every university has a preference. So, when you get your transcript from your school and you open the envelope, the scanned one becomes unofficial document. But when it is sealed in an envelope or sent to the school, it's an official document. So some universities will give you the opportunity to upload the scanned copy into the system, which they will use for the admission purposes. Others will require that you let your school send it directly to them. So it depends on the school you're applying to, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
Shika, you have to put on your video before we can talk. So, Shika, if you can hear me, kindly do that, and I'll bring you on. Let's talk to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you're showing us your light. Okay, interesting. Emmanuel, if you can get on. Okay, Emmanuel is not ready yet. Shika, okay. Let's see. Your name is what? Kosh. What does it mean? Kosh, what does it mean? You have to unmute your microphone. You're muted.
Okay, good afternoon.
What
Coach is
does
actually my short form for my surname actually.
okay? What's your surname?
Oh, Akoshile.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Um, I just need guidance. Basically, I have applied for a PhD at Morgan State University, and I've been given admission. But for me to get my, I think my I-20, I'm seeing that I should upload sponsorship letter and financial statements. So I don't really know how to go around that. And
Okay.
I've also put in for funding, and they said it will be the selection process will start this ending of this month.
Right. So, coach, what happens is that congrats on the admission in the first place. So
Yeah,
the
thank you.
email you are receiving, it's from the international office. Remember that the international office is different from the department you've gotten admission. Sometimes they can
Okay.
even be separate buildings altogether. So for the
All right.
international office, once you get admission, their responsibility is to get in touch with you to know your financial document. The financial document may be the department scholarship they've given you. So sometimes when you even
Okay.
get admission, they will not know that you have a scholarship. No, you have to tell them,
Okay.
or um, you know, send your scholarship letter to them so that they will know that you have a scholarship from your department, right? So
Okay.
they once you have admission, their responsibility is to make sure that you have your I-20 and stuff like that. So you can decide to wait until the scholarship letter is in, then you send it to
Okay.
them, ask your financial document, the scholarship, ask your financial document for them to release the
Okay.
I-20. Better still, if you have a bank statement now, you can start with the I-20 process. Later on, if they give you the scholarship, then it will be updated to suit that. It depends on you, and of course, it depends on the current interview date in the country in which you are. Are you in Nigeria, or which country are you?
Oh, Nigeria.
Okay, great. So that would solely depend on that. So you can check out the interview date in Abuja and Lagos. Which one will you be going to?
Oh, Lagos.
Yeah,
I
so
stay in
then you
Lagos.
find out what is the current appointment date there. Should you wait until the funding decision are made before you get your I-20? Would you still be able to get a better date in your home country to attend the interview? Should you go get a bank statement, get an I-20 now, start the visa processes, and later on, when the I-20 is updated, when your bank the funding is given, and your I-20 will be updated for you. So, bro, I appreciate you for joining, sir. Let's talk to Annie. Annie, kindly unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Hello, Fred.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Okay, so Fred, I applied to Georgia State University, and I also wrote to the head of department. She gave me a waiver, but I didn't get the admission. I applied for Master of Arts in Gerontology, so I asked her later why, and she told me that my GPA was low, and also my
Master of
second
Science or Master of Arts in Gerontology? Is it science or art?
No, so Master of Arts in
Okay.
Gerontology. There was Master of Science and Master of Arts, but I chose the Master of Arts in Gerontology. So I want to know, or I want you to give me some schools that can help me. Master of Arts in Gerontology or Science in Gerontology.
So clearly, you know your way out. Then we have to solve the challenge from the root, right?
Okay.
They've clearly explained to you why you didn't get admission. So your problem is not about which school offers gerontology. Your problem is not about how to apply. You know how to go about it. What was your CGPA?
2.7.
All right. And then that is over 4.0.
Yes.
What program did you study?
Nursing.
Okay. Can we find ways and means to help out because of your CGP? Because clearly you were denied because of your CGP. Okay. So
Yeah.
we should find ways and means to help out with your documentation before we go in with another application. Because if we keep on repeating the same thing, we are going to get the same results.
Okay.
So one, these are suggestions I'm going to give. I wish you have a pen and a paper.
Yeah, I
Because I'm
do.
going to talk about a lot of things. You need to write certain things down.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing is that if you do a WES evaluation, your CGP will shoot up a little bit if
Okay.
you can afford it. Two, let us not limit ourselves to only gerontology. So we can look at a PhD or a master's in nursing. We can look at public health. We can, of course, gerontology is there. We can look at physician assistantship as well, and any other health related program. There's also midwifery. Also, remember, there's a strategy for the process. You don't have to think about I want this or I don't want that. You can take your process and work on it strategically. How do I get into the system? So first of all, let's think about how do we get admission. Then we can maybe worry about how do we get scholarship. Then we can later worry about how do we get a visa. So you can actually get into the system with a program that could make these three processes easier. When you get into the system, you can switch to whatever field you want to switch to. Another one I'll give you finally will be there is a company called Bridgeway Firm. It's located in Ohio. Now they have a school they have a connection with that will give you a bachelor's degree to a master's degree in nursing. So you're not going to apply to the school like you did to Georgia State. You're going to apply to the Bridgeway Firm. You fill out their form. They will invite you for an interview. If you qualify, they will give you a full scholarship to a master's in nursing. They will take care of everything. And now you go through the visa processes and get in. So they make life easier. But the most important thing is if you're able to pass the interview.
Okay.
Great. So this consultation, you should have paid me for it, Andy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let's talk to Ajiti. Ajiti, how you doing?
I'm doing very good, Mr. Fred. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
So, I have an HND in computer science. I'm seeking to apply for civil engineering.
Ajiti, speak up a little bit. Speak up a little bit.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ajiti, your people are disturbing you, eh? All right, let's talk to Precious. Ajiti is not still ready. Precious, how you doing?
Hi, I'm very fine, Farid.
Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. Okay. I think most of my questions have been answered from your ad. I received 4 responses today from 4 schools. I had admissions just this afternoon into 4
Congrats.
schools.
Yeah.
And thank you. Yeah, so Cincinnati placed me on waitlist, and then the rest, I had admissions into the other 3. So I think I have my answers from your ad. But then I was asking with the Cincinnati, the waitlist, whilst on waitlist, can I apply to the employment staff you mentioned?
Yes, definitely. And what program is that?
Cincinnati was Women and Gender Studies, MA.
Such a program is easy to get funded with it. So you can, so is it, are you placed on, so you have the admission, but you are placed on wait list in terms of assistantship,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Great.
no, with the
So,
they said it comes with funding, but then they don't have money at the moment. They didn't get enough funding at the moment. So until someone declines his or her offer, I'm still on wait list. But then I had good records. My accomplishments were great, and
my sister, you're almost there. So University of Cincinnati, huge school. I've been there several times. I have a couple of friends there. You can start exploring the other, scholarship avenues that I mentioned. You can go back and watch the video and then take notice of what I mentioned. And then another thing you can do is that for them to know you are serious, you might probably not be the only one who's being placed on the wait list. So for them to know you are serious, you can decide to send a bank statement, get your I-20. Then you go back to inform the director of the program that you are even working towards your visa process. So there are some people, once they are being placed on waiting list, they forget about it. They look elsewhere. But when they know that you are making effort. There are some people who have even received the offer for the scholarship who has not responded to them. So if you do respond and keep in touch, let them know you are making effort. What happens is that, just like I
okay.
said in the video, the assistantship is a job. So normally when they
Yeah.
offer it to you when you don't come, there will be like a place where somebody's supposed to be fit in. And so if you make the effort and keep in touch, they will definitely know that you are serious and then help you out with that. Let's talk to Robert. Robert, go ahead, sir.
All right, Fred. Good afternoon from Ghana.
Okay, good.
Please, I want to know whether a service fee can be paid in Europe or only in the USA.
I have never
Because
seen
I'm
anybody. I've never seen anybody pay in Europe. Because you are from Ghana, you need to use two means, either the Western Union or money order or check. So you first of all need to generate a coupon. If you generate a coupon and then you give it to somebody in Europe and they go to Western Union, the payment can be made, fine. But based on like over half a decade experience, I've never seen anybody being able to pay it in Europe. But of course, there's Western Union in Europe. So if the person tries and works, it will be something new for all of us. So I will learn something new. So let me know if it works.
okay, please. But if should I've tried and then it couldn't work out.
Okay.
So can you help me with that with the payment
Yeah,
of
if you
the
send me a
service?
private message on Instagram, we would have a conversation on how I can help make the payment. So yeah, let's do it that way.
But my appointment is currently on 22nd March, and I'm
No
facing
problem.
difficulty. Okay.
You're facing difficulty in doing in paying.
Yeah, the service fee.
It's not a big deal. You just have to connect with the right people. It's not a big deal. Yeah, a lot of
Okay, so
students coming to
yeah,
study.
so please your correct username on IG so that
The
I
same.
don't miss out.
My account is
The Fred.
verified. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So I'm
verified.
going. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to message you right now so that you take it from there.
All right, that's fine, bro. Let's talk to Mr. John. Mr. John, please unmute your microphone and go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Fred, good afternoon.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, I want to find out one thing from you. My wife is in the United States already studying for her PhD, and then she has applied for F2 for myself and our kids. And then I also applied the same time. We have pending interview for the F2. Now I also applied to her school, and I got admission with a G of 10 hours. Now the question is, whilst I have a pending interview for the F2 with myself and my children, should I also apply for the school F1 using the admission and the 10 hours that I've gotten?
That's a good question. So what happens is that you have to weigh your chances. Is getting the visa easier with your F2 application, or it's easier with your F1 application? Remember, even with your F1, you can also add your kids to it, making it the F2. And another thing is that how old are your kids?
Oh, they are like 10 years and 8 years.
Okay, so right now there is something we call an interview waiver. If you do have if you're a kid and then you have like your parents in the US, you can use the interview waiver, and then you don't have to go for an interview. So what it means is that the primary applicant will be the kid, and then the father can also be under them. You see, when you're applying for the F2, you, the father, is the main applicant, the kids are under you.
Yes.
But if you use the kid and then you fall under the kid, then you can go for what we call an interview waiver application, and it means that you can get a faster processing, and you know whether you're going to get approved or denied. So we have to think about whether the F1 will make the. You see, the visa is not 100% guaranteed.
That is the point. That's what I'm
Exactly.
asking.
So you have to weigh your chances and know that will the F1 make the visa interview easier, or the F2 will make it easier. So you can lay out the pros and cons for each of them, then you compare and contrast, and then you see which one you have to go in for.
But then let me ask you, what if is it once you are having a pending interview for the F2 with the kids, can I also apply? You see, the one I apply for F1, what it means is that I'm going to get maybe a much shorter time. In that sense, I will go for the F1 interview myself.
Mr.
Only
John,
me.
take your time. Take your time. Start your question again.
I'm saying that now I have a pending F2 interview. Can I use the admission that I have to apply for F1? I will not put the case under me, no dependent, to increase my chances because of the financial thing.
So
I don't want to.
it's in the same portal, except you cancel the F2 appointment. So you cannot apply for two categories of visa, especially in Ghana at the same time. No, you have to cancel one. So you cannot apply for the two of them at the same time. No.
So, but I can go to Cote d'Ivoire for F1.
Okay, so that's a good question. What happens is that the DS-160 is universal. So wherever in the world that you are applying, you use the same portal for the DS-160. Now, the appointment portal is the same thing. If you want to go to Cote d'Ivoire for an F1 interview, they will notice that you have an account created because it's the same portal. Just that any country that you want to go to is a bit different. So maybe the appointment portal in Cote d'Ivoire, you see the Cote d'Ivoire there. So when you create an account in Cote d'Ivoire, the system will detect that and it will not go through until you. So even if you want to go to Cote d'Ivoire, you need to transfer your details from Ghana first. So you cannot have two concurrent interviews at this embassy and this. It wouldn't work. The system will not allow that.
So in order not to take too much of your time, what would you suggest?
My suggestion is that weigh your pros and cons. I've not seen your I-20. I've not seen the F2 I-20. I've not seen the F1 I-20. If I was able to have a look at it, I can make suggestions, but I cannot preempt. You have to weigh your chances. What financial document are you going to use? How long has your wife been in the United States that you want to go and study under? You want to be under her as F2? What is the bank statement? Who is going to be the sponsor? Is your wife's stipends enough to cover for 3 people? Remember, as an F2, you are not allowed to work. You, the husband, you cannot work. So what bank statement is going to support you throughout? You get it? So if you have that solid evidence that, okay, her bank statement, your banks, for example, if you are the man and then you're going to sponsor all the kids and then yourself, you, the sponsor, you are getting to the US, you are not going to work. And what is the reason that you're going to join them in the first place? So you weigh those pros and cons. Then you come to F1. F1 has given you scholarship. All right. Your wife is already in the US. It means that the two of you have the power to earn because you'll be paid. Your wife is being paid. It means you can take care of the kids. And it's what I'm trying to say, that there are some things I cannot say on social media, right? So you have to weigh the pros and cons, and then you'll be able to tell. If I got in touch with you privately, possibly there are some things I can talk about, but on social media, I'm a bit limited, as you can imagine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. John,
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. So yeah, I want to ask regarding nursing. Okay, I'm a nurse, and I've been trying to process postgraduate nursing. I have my bachelor's in nursing. So I want to ask: is it required of me to have the license of the country, say for instance, United States, the license of United States to apply for a postgraduate degree in nursing?
Oh no, you don't.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can apply directly into a PhD or a nursing program. Remember, when it comes to the United States, the laws in terms of professions like nursing even differ. So if when you want to practice in one state, the license exams is different from just like being in Africa. The fact that you're a nurse in Nigeria does not mean you can practice in Ghana, right? So
Sure.
every state differs. So some departments in some states will require some certifications, but generally you're applying as academically into the program, and so you'll be admitted based on your transcript and certificate, and not necessarily your certification. Assuming you want to, that's why when people want to come straight and work, they have to pass the licensing exams in the US, as the NCLEX, before they can come in and work. But you are going to study, and so your situation is a little bit different.
Okay. Furthermore, regarding scholarship, because that's a big issue. No, after
In
securing
terms of health related, it's super easy. If you check out, University of Tennessee Health Science Center. So University of Tennessee Health Science. And one thing I'll tell you is that do not limit yourself to only nursing. So you have a bachelor's in nursing, perfect. There are other programs you can look at. You can look at a master's degree in gerontology. You can look at a PhD in nursing. You can look at public health. right? So there are other related programs you can look at. Don't limit yourself only to the nursing. And then I was speaking to somebody that was telling that there is a company called Bridgeway Firm. They have
Please, the name, please.
let me see if I can type it here. Bridgeway Firm. Let me see. I don't want to. I'm not doing an advert for them. I don't know. It looks like I don't want to do an advert for them. Maybe they should come and pay me so that I do adverts for them. But I'm trying to see if I can post it there. I'm just giving out the information for free. Meanwhile,
Okay,
so shout out to Bridgeway Firm. They should come and pay me for adverts anyway. So what they do have as and maybe I can share my screen.
okay.
So they do have a BSN to MSN pathway, right? And then all you need to do is that let's see. I'm trying to see if I can share my screen so that you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. I think somebody should tell Bridgeway they have to come and pay me. Anyway, so this is the website. So they said earn your MSN degree in the US through the Bridgeway MSN scholarship program. So they have a connection with this school, which is University of Rio Grande Valley. And so when you visit their website, you fill out the form, right? When you fill out the form, they will invite you for an interview. When you pass the interview, they will give you a scholarship to study at this specific school and to get your master's degree. So you are not applying to the school directly. You're applying to through them. They will give you the scholarship to come and study. And when you are done, there's a contract and stuff like that. So once you pass the interview, then it makes life easier from there. So you fill out the form, you wait for an email for the interview, and you can take it from there.
Just a question left. So, for instance, I have my
Uh,
BSc.
John,
Does it?
I'm taking 2 questions per person.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
So let's see if we can talk to Mr. Kofi Ansah. Mr. Kofi Ansah, you've been waiting for a very long time. Sorry about that. Please unmute your microphone and go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Fred. No problem for the waiting. It's worth it. So that's no problem. My name is Prince Dankwa. Actually, Kofi Ansah is my traditional name.
Right.
And last year I had admission to Southern Illinois University. Because of your guidance, I've been following you for Edwardville's.
Okay, nice. You got $8,000 automatic?
Unfortunately, it was initially an on-campus course program, but when I was waiting for the I-20, I had an information from my professor that due to the number of intakes that they were expecting for the semester, they are now shifting it online. So I might not need an I-20 again. But the whole dream wasn't only learning, but getting the opportunity to have a change of environment. So I had to back off, even though a lot of resources had already gone into it. Because in Ghana, even getting a bank statement, I had to pay money and other stuff, make other arrangements for it. So my zeal for studying abroad, in fact, went down. But as I've been following you a lot, I'm getting the energy again because we can't just give up on our dreams. So I wanted to ask, now that is it too late for me to start a new application? And
No, it's not.
aside that, I have a GPA of 3.30 in an IT education background. I did IT education. So I did education in IT. So currently I'm teaching as an ICT teacher in a secondary school. So I'm having two pathways. I have a pathway with IT and I have a pathway with education. And I don't know if I stand a better chance with the IT instead of education, because at Southern Illinois I had a master's in education, but unfortunately because it was later made online, I lost it.
Okay. Do you have a pen and a paper?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So since you're able to apply, obviously you know some of the documents already. So just to run through, you need your transcript, you need a certificate, 3 letters of recommendation,
I
English
have it.
proficiency letter, resume, SOP, and then a passport. The second thing is that let's look at 5 different programs we'll be targeting. So you can look at a master's in education, you can look at a master's in computer science, we can look at a master's in information technology. Um, so there is a program at Ohio University, is called Educational Technology. So
Okay.
this would be a good fit for your educational technology. And then you can definitely add any other program to it. Now let's look at these schools. East Tennessee State University, ETSU. I'm going to go very quick. If you miss anything, the video is there. You can come and watch it. You can look
Okay.
at University of Cincinnati, Oklahoma
Okay,
State
I have it.
University.
Glaucoma. Okay.
And then you can look at my school, University of Kentucky as well. Um, can you hear me? Okay, you're muted. Sorry about that. Your microphone is muted. Kofiansa, you were saying something?
Yeah, I was saying Kentucky. I have it. I've written it. I have
Yeah,
it.
when it comes to education, remember because of your background, you can also switch to maybe higher education. You can look at educational administration. You can look at masters in education itself, right? So you have a lot of related programs. Now, before you apply to any of them, reach out first. Ask if you'll be considered for admission, if you'll be considered for scholarship. Share a copy of your transcript and resume with them. They will let you know whether there will be admission, there will also be scholarship available. Even though there are a lot of schools that have closed their admissions by now, there are still a lot of them that are admitting. If you're able to reach out, sometimes they've even closed admissions, but they wanted maybe 60 people to apply. But at the end of the day, maybe 40 people applied. And so if you still reach out, they can open the portal for you to apply. They can sometimes even tell you that when you finish the application, send your details to us. We will submit it for you. So there are still some schools you can apply to that will help you out. Any final questions?
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm okay.
Ibrahim, salam alaikum.
Yeah, Fred, good afternoon.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so Fred, I gained admission at American University to study MS in finance. Okay, so because of the funding situation, I applied for an Empower loan, which I was denied the first time because my program wasn't STEM. So a friend at American University said he was going to help me to apply. So during the application, STEM. So I chose STEM, and then the program too. So the MS Finance, you can take prerequisites and then switch to the STEM program, which is MS Finance with specialization in analytics. That's when you get there. So he said I should choose analytics. So I did that. So now the loan has been approved, but I'm afraid that I didn't use the right channel. I didn't select the actual program I had. Yeah, so now I don't know whether to go ahead with
Have you
this
sent it
or
to the loan approval to the international office?
no, I have not sent it yet.
That's the only way to find out. If you send it to them and they accept it, they issue your I-20, you can go ahead with a visa interview. So it's only one way to find out, to send it to them that you have a loan from Power if they are going to support it. So if the processes of issuing that I-20 goes through, then you're good to go, Ibrahim.
All right, thank you.
All right, so John, you're back again. John, unmute your microphone. You said you had a final question. John, your microphone is muted. You have to unmute your microphone before you can talk. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity to come back. So I wanted to talk about the masters in public health. Yeah, I've considered that before, and I was thinking most of them require me to waste my results and apply to so fast.
No, I can't hear
And
you. You said
okay,
most
can
of
you hear
them.
me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Most of them require me to waste my results and also apply to so
Most
fast.
of them require you to do what?
Waste evaluation of my
Oh, okay, so
transcript.
most of them require you to evaluate your results, and you said most of them require you to waste your results.
Waste evaluation. Okay.
Okay, I get it. So here is the thing: there are a lot of schools. There are some schools out there, notwithstanding whether you're applying for music, sociology, whatever. their policy is that they require the evaluation. Then there are reasons for the evaluation. So what it means is that if you cannot afford the evaluation, you shouldn't go towards those schools. There are a lot of schools that will not require evaluation. I have attended 2 different universities. All of them did not require evaluation. So there are schools like that. Now, your next question, to
So
apply for
fast, yeah.
to apply for public health, a lot of schools require that you apply through the SOFAs because it's a professional field. Not every school requires that. So if the SOFAs is making it challenging for you, it means you can also pull away from that. But mostly the SOFAs is so easy to work with, so it's super easier.
Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome. So let's talk to Natalie. Natalie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir.
Go ahead with
Good
your question.
afternoon. Please, my question is a trained teacher in Ghana, and I've just earned my degree in community-based rehabilitation and disability studies. And my area of interest is disability study and social work. So I want to ask if you could recommend schools that are likely to admit me, because I've been searching, though I've seen a lot of schools with such programs, but their admission rate, the acceptance rate is what I'm looking at.
Okay, I'm going to give you more than you ask, but you do have a diploma and a top up, right?
No, I have diploma. That is a 3-year program at the basic. What is it? In the training college in Ghana, teachers training college in Ghana. Then after that, I went in for a 4-year degree program again, which is a community-based rehabilitation and disability studies.
Your program is very good, yeah. You can apply for both work and school. I'll give you a name of a company that needs people with such qualifications that you can apply to. So you can come in with work. I don't know if you're getting me. Then we can now talk. For the school, it's super easy. You can look at different programs like social work, sociology will help you, disability studies, human science, human and family science. So you have to not limit yourself to only, don't just say that you are looking for the name of the exact program you had your bachelor's degree in. It doesn't work like that. You can look at other related fields, Neftali. Okay. Let's talk to Injo. Injo, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, sir. Good day.
Go ahead with your question. Where are you talking from?
I didn't get. Come again.
Where are you talking to me from?
I'm in Cyprus right now, but I'm from Cameroon. So I just
What
recently
language?
got a meet. I didn't get.
What African language do you speak?
I speak English.
No, English is not an African language.
Okay, like a native language. Sorry, I didn't get that. I mean my local language there. We have Pidgin in Nigeria, in Cameroon. We have Pidgin. We have our local dialect.
I thought Pidgin was only for Nigeria and Ghana. Cameroon has a Pidgin?
Yeah, they do have a Pidgin. It's kind of close to Nigeria's Pidgin, but not really exactly. It's a bit, and Cameroon is like bilingual. You have the French side and the English side. So the English side is close to Nigeria. So Pidgin is more common in the English side. The French side, I mean, they don't know anything about Pidgin.
But do you speak the Pidgin?
I do speak Pidgin. Yeah.
I'm live on the Fred Effect channel. How would you say it in Pidgin?
I did live for Fred Effect channel. I did live for Fred Effect channel.
Yeah, the Ghanaian Pidgin it's also similar.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think so.
So
it's quite
evening
similar to Ghana.
Is it a Pidgin? Do you have a Pidgin term for evening?
The way a Pidgin is, right? It contains some French, some German as well, and English. So it's not only purely like English words. You have French words too inside. You have German words, because Cameroon was German colony before, and then it became a French and an English colony. And so also some words too do evolve. Over time, some words do evolve in the Pidgin language.
So do you speak French, or you speak both English and French?
I do speak only English, but I speak basic French. Basic conversational French, not some kind of.
So apart from the French and English, you also have a local language?
Yeah, like a tribal, like I mean, Cameroon. I think after Nigeria, Cameroon follows with the most tribes and different language, about 360.
So which one do you speak?
My area is Bameta. My tribe is Bameta. So I'm not really as good as that too in Meta because I didn't grow in my village. So I grew elsewhere. So I wasn't proficient to it
So
with
you
my
would be
native
able to
language.
you'll be able to use that to tell people to subscribe to my channel, right?
Yeah, I will.
Let's try that and see. So everybody in Cameroon, listen.
Okay. You mean to use my native? You mean to use my native language to tell people to
Yeah.
subscribe? No. I don't think I can. That's difficult. Maybe I can use Pidgin.
Okay, use Pidgin. Let's go.
All right, let me use Cameroon Pidgin. See, all my nigga, they wanna go subscribe for Fred Effect channel. Now the resource that for any international travel, anything abroad, when I just subscribe for Fred Effect channel. There you find everything abroad. You
I
get
think
the
we have
resource news.
I think we have to get a Nigerian on board to vet your channel,
All
to
right.
vet your Pidgin, whether it is a proper Pidgin or not proper Pidgin. Anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead with your question, bro.
Oh, okay. So I just got admitted in not. I mean, it's still an underground information because I have my uncle there in South Florida. So he told me I was admitted for a PhD program there, and also I was granted funding. So I just wanted to inquire concerning like the financial issue and also like visa interview. If there is much to do in terms of I'm prepared for in terms of the visa interview. Despite I have funding as well,
Yeah.
and also the financial uh, documents.
Okay, so do you have an I-20 yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so based on the scholarship your school has given, with respect to the cost of attendance, that would determine whether you will need a bank statement. On mostly PhD scholarships will cover everything, so you may or may not need a bank statement. So you will find out later on. Now, when you get the I-20, that's when you start the visa processes, and you just have to be able to defend yourself or explain how you got such a scholarship and stuff like that. Mostly when it's PhD full funding, you don't really have much to answer over there. That does not mean that you should be swollen headed. You still have to
Yeah, true.
put in the effort too. And also being in a third country, like your legal status in that country, why are you not attending the visa interview in your home country? And being in another country, how do you prove home ties to Cameroon, even though you are in Cyprus and stuff like that? So yeah, those are some of the things to look out for.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm intending to go back home to do the interview in Cameroon.
Okay.
I
Then
think that should be better.
all right. Then your travel experience and exposure would also come in handy since you have traveled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Nice journey. Nice talking to you, bro. Let's talk to Daniel. Daniel, how you doing?
Hi, Fred. I'm good. Good afternoon from Ghana.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay, so I have gained an admission into Grand Valley State University to study a business administration in accounting, and I use HND to apply. So I was granted undergraduate program and an automatic scholarship of 6,200. So I'd want to know if there's any scholarship offer that an undergraduate student can apply, because all that I know are for MSc.
Okay, so
I'd
if
want
you
to know
watch
that.
my video, I explained that for undergraduate, there's something we call international financial aid scholarship, international financial aid and scholarship. So if your school qualifies for such, they can give you a document and you fill it out. There is something that we also call CSS profile. And in the video, I was explaining how the CSS profile works. So if your school also qualifies for that, they can send you the link. But basically, all you need to do is to reach out to the financial aid office. Sometimes maybe the SAT might have been optional. Sometimes if you had written that, they would have given you a full scholarship. So you need to find out the three things I'm talking about, and you'll be able to know if you qualify for additional scholarship. So recently, there was a school I applied for, one of our people, and then we got a merit-based scholarship of 14,000. We used the CSS profile, and then we're able to get additional 11,000. So that was because the school actually qualifies for the CSS profile. So you need to find out if Grand Valley qualifies for you to use the CSS profile to apply for additional scholarship. Daniel, I did tell you. I think I needed you to verify whether my brother's pigeon was a good pigeon. The pigeon is for Nigeria, so we have to come and then verify from you whether he was speaking. Are you from Nigeria in the first place?
Yes, I'm from Nigeria.
Yeah. Did you hear him speak? We needed verification from Nigeria to tell whether
It's close actually. Similar.
was
It's similar. It did well.
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
So my question is towards the visa, more like expediting visa appointment. Do you get? And looking at the platform that was created for Nigeria, I found out that they said you can request for that when your program is 90 days away. Do you get that? So when I tried to see how the platform looks like and I jumped on that, I discovered that on the platform they were mentioning 60 days. So that seems confusing to me.
All right. So the information should be gotten from the application portal, and it's not confusing because it has been changing. So during the COVID time, it used to be 45 days. It changed to 30 days, and now even 60 days. However, some people have been able to get their emergency request approved without necessarily having to wait that long.
Okay.
So if your appointment was in Ghana, I could have told you to actually put in the request because I did that for somebody today and the person got approved, even though the program start date is not even closer to the 60 days, right? So you need to find out if some people have been able to get it approved without necessarily having to wait for the 60 days.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Let's see. Brianna, am I getting your name right? Please unmute your microphone. I can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Okay. From
Okay. The sound is.
I'm currently doing an online program.
Go ahead. I'm trying.
So are you getting me now?
This is better. Go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Bugibiana from Sierra Leone, and I'm currently doing an online program in BYU Young University. Yes, and now because of the situation, because of the network issue here in Sierra Leone, I've taken like 29 credits already, but I want to make a transfer because of online courses, like to do online course is not easy. So I want to make a transfer in the university, but they are requesting that I should take an English proficiency exam, which I can't take because I don't have the money currently. So I want to make a transfer to another university. I don't know if you can help me find a better course.
So the online program was a master's or an undergraduate program?
Undergraduate.
Okay. So how many semesters have you been able to complete so far?
I've taken about 29 credits.
Okay.
So I'm now in my second year.
There are a lot of universities you can actually transfer to. So if you're able to get your transcript from your current university, then when applying, so there are two things. You can decide to start afresh and apply as a freshman, or so you can apply as a transfer. But what happens is that the new university should be willing to accept the credit you are transferring from the old university before you can get it. So it's highly possible.
Okay.
All right, let's talk to I don't want to mispronounce your name. Can you pronounce? You have to unmute your microphone. Okay, how do you pronounce your name? Unfortunately, I can't hear you. I don't think you connected your microphone yet. All right, let's see if you can. Um,
Can you hear me now?
yeah, this is better.
Okay. Thank you so much. My name is Chijuke.
Chijoke, okay.
Yes, very simple to pronounce.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, Fred. Without wasting much of your time, I've been on your YouTube channel for a while, following you and see what you're doing. Yeah, I'm calling from Germany. I came to Germany. I did my bachelor's degree in business informatics, then finished the bachelor's degree, started my master's degree in information system and international management, which I should round up by August this year. Hopefully, I should have my certificate for the master's by September. But I'm looking at going to US for my PhD. I'm looking at either cybersecurity or information system. These are the areas I'm looking at, and I've been looking at schools around, and I need a guide.
Okay.
Because one, as I'm going for the PhD, I need funding.
So PhD in the field you're looking at, it's super easier. You just don't have to limit yourself to the two programs you mentioned, the cybersecurity. You can look into information technology. You can look at a PhD in technology itself. You can look at computer engineering and all that. So you don't have to limit yourself to only one program. That's the first thing. Now, you said you are graduating in September. Which semester are you now aiming at? The spring or fall semester 2015?
I'm aiming at let me say from now till 12 months time.
Okay, so that gives you super. So you're looking at either the spring semester, which will spring semester 2025, which will start in January 2025, or spring fall semester 2025. So for now, concentrate on gathering your document. I can definitely give you a list of schools. What you do is that you have to refine your resume, get your transcript that you have now, the undergrad as well as the incomplete master's transcript. Start talking to the professors. You type an email, express interest in the program, ask whether they will give you admission, ask if they will give you scholarship as well.
Okay.
So you let them know the time you intend to apply, which is the spring semester or fall semester 2025.
Okay, there's something I missed out in my profile,
Right.
which may also be helpful because in Nigeria, when I was in Nigeria some years back, I had my bachelor in computer engineering, which I didn't work in computer engineering field before leaving Nigeria.
Right.
The bachelor degree is like maybe 18 years ago.
So you're talking about your work experience not relating to the field?
My work experience then was not related to the field.
No, I mean, that's not a problem. You're applying for an educational program and not a job.
Yes.
Good. So if you're applying for a job, then the relevancy in terms of your work experience might be very important. But since you are not applying for a job and you're applying for a school, the most important thing is your academic credentials. That is, the courses you took. If they qualify as a prerequisite to be admitted into the program, and that's the more reason why I'm saying that before you apply, you need to share a copy of your transcript and resume. Ask if you'll be considered for the admission. Ask if you'll be considered for the scholarship. So the director will have a preliminary review of the courses you've taken, as well as your work experience and everything in your CV, and indicate to you whether you do qualify or not. If you don't qualify, they will let you know so that you don't end up wasting time and money applying to a school at the end of the day, not getting admission. So the whole process is not like a try and error kind of thing. If you follow the right processes, getting admission and scholarship should not be a problem, especially for a PhD. And for you, your travel experience and exposure gives you an upper hand as well. All right, I appreciate you for joining. Looks like people are not clicking on the like button. I've been live for like almost 4 hours now. So please click on the like button and support the Fred Effect. Let's see how many people are going to like. I'm waiting for you guys. So click on the like button. If you're watching us on X, please click on the like. If you want to retweet so that another person can join in, that would be great. If you're watching us on Facebook, please click on the like. If you're watching us on Instagram, just a click on the like, I would really appreciate. We have over close to 700 people watching across the platform, so I would need more than 700 likes. So please click on the like. I want the likes to match up with the number of viewers we have now. So please click on the like. And before I pick another person, that's the only way you can support what we do. So please click on the like button. I appreciate. So I see the like going up. Thank you for clicking. We have to get more likes. So I'm looking at close to 700 likes at the moment. So please, if you've not clicked on the like button, kindly do that. Whichever platform you joined us, either on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, please click on the like button. I would really appreciate that. Then I'll be reading some comments soon as well. Hi, Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Can you hear me? Okay, I think Sarah is frozen. Hi, Nana. Can you hear me? I can only see
I can hear you.
I can only see your head. If you can, yeah. Please
Sorry, I can
tell
hear you.
people to click on the like button.
Okay, and please like the video for the Fred Effects family. Yeah, we're very glad.
Sarah, tell people to click on the like button.
Hi everyone, please click on the like button. This is a really great platform.
Where are you talking to me from, Sarah?
I'm actually speaking to you from Bowen University here in Nigeria.
Okay.
And I'm really curious about a few things, and that I was hoping.
What language do you speak? Do you speak Yoruba or what do you speak?
Yeah, I speak Yoruba.
So please use Yoruba to tell people to click on the like and subscribe. I'm listening to you.
Okay, Jesus, I'm not very fluent, but click on the like button. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's talk to Nana and then we'll come to you. Nana, what's your question?
All right, no problem.
Yeah, so earlier on I was saying that I've gained admission to the American.
Oh man, Nana, you froze. Okay, Nana is frozen now. Sorry, you can go ahead. I think Nana lost her connection.
Okay, I'm curious about a few things. So I want to pursue my MBA right after my bachelor's, but for most of the colleges out there, they require a 3-year experience in a related field, a business-related field, and also my major is in international relations.
Okay.
So is there?
So you want to move from international relations to MBA?
Yes.
Okay. Highly possible. For business related fields, it doesn't matter your background. But why MBA though?
Yeah, I actually just want to acquire the skills necessary to build like really good.
Okay, we lost. Okay, why is everybody's connection working like that? Okay, so we lost Sarah too. Sarah has frozen. So let's see if we can approve more requests. So Sarah, you froze. So you're back. So I was asking why you explained why MBA. What I was trying to say is that it's highly possible. But in terms of business related fields, when it comes to scholarship, there are a couple of things you need to do. GRE, apply for a dual master's, and I've been explaining that. So with your field, if you want to go on the same field, international relations, international development studies, those kind of lines, getting scholarship is easier. But if you want to switch to MBA, admission is super easy. Most of the schools would even waive application fee for you to apply to an MBA program. But you need to understand, okay, Sarah's connection is not working again. Sarah, your connection was not working again. What's happening in Nigeria?
I don't understand.
So what
Anyways,
I'm trying to say is that with the MBA, getting admission is super easier. Mostly the funding is what is a bit challenging. And so if you want to increase your chances of getting funding, you sit for GRE or you apply for a dual master's degree program, or just stay in the lane you are at the moment and get the admission and scholarship. Once you get into the system, you can switch to the MBA you want to do. Better still, if you want to write the GRE and get the full scholarship for the MBA, that would be perfect.
Oh, that's really great. Thank you, Fred. Thank you
right.
so much, Fred.
You're welcome. D7 or E8 in your high school results should not be the end of your education. This is because even if no institution is admitting you in your home country, you can apply with that same results to study abroad, and guess what, on a scholarship. If you're a high school graduate, a parent or a guardian of a high school graduate, the Fred Effect team is currently working on free applications for admission and scholarships for anyone with a high school qualification or a diploma qualification. And this is completely free. We are a team of dedicated individuals on a mission to empower millions through education abroad. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Frederick. I had my bachelor's degree from the University of Cape Coast in Ghana, and I have 2 master's degrees from the United States. Based on the experience I've had through my study abroad journey and the opportunity for my team and I to assist thousands of people to their dream universities and programs, I decided to create this channel to inspire, guide, and empower you to achieve your goal of studying abroad. So if this is something you're interested in, then be part of the family by clicking on the subscribe button, hit on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified and you can easily check it out. So we know that sometimes the application process can be stressful. So my team and I decided to take the burden off your shoulders if you're a high school or a diploma graduate. So if you want us to work on your application for free, we'll be happy to do that. These are the documents you will need. First, you should have a passport. We need 2 letters of recommendation. Get your high school transcript, or if you're a diploma graduate, get your diploma transcript, and also your high school certificate or a diploma certificate. If you gather all these documents, then the next step is for you to schedule an appointment with our team to discuss what program you are interested in studying abroad and ask all the questions you have about the process in order to understand how it works, how long it's going to take before we begin your application. This opportunity is only available for a limited time and a limited number of people, so be quick to get on the list. So this is the link to schedule an appointment. You can pause the video and write it down to later type it in your web browser. I would also share the link in the video description. You can check it out. If you're also interested in pursuing a master's or a PhD abroad on a scholarship, you are not left out. Join the Fred Effect Admission, Scholarship and Visa Application Mentorship Program, which has already begun. This mentorship program is meant to guide you from the application process until you get your visa approved. So if you sign up for this mentorship program, this is what is involved. You'll get a weekly one-on-one private meeting with Fred to know what documents to gather for your application. These documents will be reviewed, including your statement of purpose and CV. You will be guided on university and program search, the destination of choice, information on universities waiving application fees, and responses to all your questions you may have about the process, including mock visa interview after you've gained admission and scholarship. So this is a whole comprehensive package that you can't afford to miss and you wouldn't have anywhere. If you want to sign up for the mentorship program, this is the link to use. I would also share this link in the video description and in the comment. Click on it and quickly secure a slot. The team has a target for a number of people within this cohort, so be quick to be part of it. My name is Fred, and this is the Fred Effect. I'll talk to you soon. Do you have a low CGPA? Are you wondering how you could gain admission and scholarship to study abroad? You do not necessarily need an excellent CGPA to gain admission and scholarship to study. In this video, I am going to give you more than 10 strategies that would help you gain admission and full scholarship to study abroad if you have a low CGPA. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you more than 50 universities that accept a CGPA below 3.0 on a 4.0 scale. That is not all. If your institution has a different grading system other than the CGPA of 4.0, I will demonstrate how to convert your score into a CGPA. Sit back, relax, and keep your fingers crossed. This video is a whole package. Friends, my name is Fred, and this is the Fred Effect. It should not kill your dream of shooting, and editing of this video. So it is a lot of time and effort went into the research, scripting, shooting, and editing of this video. So it is my hope that it helps, inspires, and motivates you. A low CGPA should not kill your dream of studying abroad. As you may already know, the standard CGPA used by most universities across the world is the 4.0 CGPA scale. So technically, if your CGPA is below 3.0, it is considered to be low. My name is Fred. In case this is your first time on the channel, I am currently an international student with the Martin School of Public Policy and Administration, pursuing a master's degree in public administration. This is my second master's degree. I had my first master's from Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. And just in case you care to know, I had my bachelor's degree from the University of Cape Coast in Ghana. Fun fact, my passion is to assist prospective international students on their journey to study abroad. So as at the time of recording this video, if I'm not mistaken, I have assisted more than 1,000 people, and I continue to do that on a daily basis. So on this channel, I share valuable content on education and scholarship abroad, visa interview tips, and generally life abroad. So if this is something you are interested in, it will mean a lot to me if you click on the subscribe button. Most of the content or information I share on this platform is time sensitive. So if you click on the post notification bell, anytime I upload a video, YouTube will notify you so that you can easily check it out. Kindly share this content to others and tell someone about the Fred Effect. In most societies, one's intelligence level is measured according to their scores in the classroom. Fortunately, the Western and most especially the US and Canadian educational system is a bit diverse. So if you stay with me within a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you the strategies that will enable you gain admission and scholarship into any university, notwithstanding how low your CGPA is. So after every strategy that I'll be explaining, I will share with you 3 universities and colleges that emphatically state on their website that they accept a low CGPA and the CGPA cutoff point that you will need to have before you submit your application to be considered for admission. Remember, these strategies apply to both graduate and undergraduate applications. So for example, if you are from any of the West African countries and you have a low WASSCE result, these strategies will help you gain admission and scholarship to pursue an undergraduate degree program. Now, let's take note that you do not necessarily have to apply all these strategies. A combination of 2 or 3 of them will be good. So if you're ready, let's begin. The first strategy, obviously, is to apply to universities and colleges that accept low CGPA. Admission and scholarship into any educational institution is competitive. While some universities and colleges have their CGPA cutoff point to be 3.0 out of a 4.0 CGPA scale, a lot of universities and colleges out there emphatically state that they accept a CGPA below 3.0. So if you have a CGPA that is considered to be low or below 3.0, then it will be very helpful and you increase your chance of admission and scholarship if you target or focus on universities and Okay, so it's been a very insightful session today. We've done almost like 4 hours straight. I have been able to respond to most of your questions. I appreciate you for joining and thank you for being part and supporting the Fred Effect brand. Please subscribe, refer somebody, tell somebody about the Fred Effect. You have to be positive about the entire process, everything will be fine. So my name is Fred. This has been the Fred Effect. It's been a 4-hour straight session. I appreciate you for liking, for subscribing, for your comments, and also joining me live to ask your questions as well. I'll talk to you some other time. And on Sunday, I'll be live with Benedicta to share her experience. And then in subsequent weekends, too, we'll definitely be live to help you out with your process. Please know that it's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would have done it, but it's highly possible, and you can also do it. Thank you for subscribing. I'll see you some other time.